the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Well, a very good morning to you. It is the last day of October, which means a little bit of Halloween. But you know what? This is Expresso, your feel-good breakfast show. Nothing scary today.
A little bit of
scary.
Halloween.
Well, welcome to it and good morning.
Good morning. We have such a jam-packed lineup for you this morning. We've got a catch-up session with one of my favorite duos, up-and-coming duos, really. They're called Vibes. They are a rap duo that's going to be burning the studio up today with all that fire.
And then, of course, we're going to take a look at when it comes to trends, it comes to summer and spring furniture trends. You do not want to miss out on that. I feel I've been taking a lot of note. I mean, being involved with the remake of the studio, it's always nice to see what are the trends that are currently in.
And I can tell you now, Zoe is definitely the go-to lady for anything trendy when it comes to interior decorating now. Well, we also are going to be checking in with the SA orchestras that have paid tribute to Mum Albertina Sisulu's centenary. This was happening last week. I was out in Joburg. The Johannesburg Philharmonic Orchestra with the KwaZulu-Natal one. They came together. It was incredible.
Oh, and what a beautiful celebration. And of course, Mzansi Ballet, they've got a really cool production currently underway. So as we promised you, it's a full breakfast basket, and we've got a great show for you packed on this hump day.
Oh, well, let's get everything underway now. We do have one more item that we are forgetting to mention to you, but that's because there's just so many things. Let's get the show underway. Here's some news headlines with Ewan.
Thank you very much, guys, and a warm welcome from my side as well on your Wednesday morning. Let's kick it off with the official duties. Taking a look at your news headlines and your national news. Unemployment has risen for the second consecutive quarter, Stats SA announced yesterday. The official rate jumped to 27.5% as the formal sector continues to shed jobs. Manufacturing saw 29,000 jobs lost, mining 27,000, transport 23,000, and construction 21,000. Only the finance and trade industry saw increases in unemployment in the formal sector, or rather employment in the formal sector. The worst affected of all the unemployment are those with lower levels of education. Over 50% of unemployed people have not completed Matric, while 35% of unemployed people's highest qualification is Matric. Almost 4 in 10 youths are not in work, schooling or training. And in a victory for African women, the Constitutional Court has confirmed a High Court order declaring a section of the Upgrading of Land Tenure Rights Act unconstitutional. The law indirectly prevented many women from becoming property owners. This was a result of apartheid-era legislation which didn't recognize African women as holders of property rights. The law recognized African men as holders of these rights, which were converted into formal ownership rights by the Act in the 1990s. Making international news this morning, African traditional and religious leaders are meeting in Blantyre, Malawi to discuss ways of ending child marriages, mutilation of female genitalia, and other harmful traditional practices against women and rights. Statistics from the UN Women indicate that every year 15 million women are married before the age of 18. Those gathered at the meeting agreed that political will to end these harmful practices must include stringent punishment against those who carry out child marriages. The meeting in Blantyre, Malawi comes after a similar one in Nairobi in August this year. And a former male nurse admitted murdering 100 patients as he went on trial in Oldenburg, Germany yesterday, making him post-war Germany's most prolific serial killer. Niels Hogel is accused of deliberately administering 100 patients in his care with lethal doses of medication between 2000 and 2005. Prosecutors allege the 41-year-old deliberately put the patients in life-threatening situations so he could show off his resuscitation skills. 4 former colleagues of Hogel are facing charges of failing to report evidence that could have prevented the killings: a former heart surgeon, a former chief nurse, and 2 senior surgeons. That's where we leave your news headlines for now. We'll get into those news headlines once again in half an hour's time. Right now, though, a first look at your sport.
Well, a very good morning to all our sports fans this morning. Let's take a look at sporting headlines. Beginning with rugby, the Free State Cheetahs will play in the 2019 Currie Cup Premier Division after they beat the SWD Eagles in the promotion relegation battle last night. Now, after failing to win a single Currie Cup game this season, the Cheetahs finally gave their home fans something to cheer about as they scored 6 tries on their way to a 36-5 win in Bloemfontein. Now, with the Currie Cup done and dusted, we now turn our attention to the Springboks year-end tour, which gets underway against England this Saturday. Moving over to football news, Bournemouth and Burton Albion progressed to the 5th round of the English Football League Cup last night, thanks to respective wins over Norwich City and Nottingham Forest. At the Vitality Stadium, Junior Stanislas and Steve Cook got on the score sheet to hand Bournemouth a 2-1 win over Norwich, while Burton Albion saw out a 3-2 win over Forest. The EFL Cup continues tonight as Arsenal face Blackpool, Chelsea tackle Derby, while Tottenham travel to West Ham. In cricketing news, the Lions are firmly in control of their 4-day series clash with the Titans as they closed out day 2 in Potchefstroom yesterday with a 365-run lead. At the close of play, the Titans were 165 for 3 in their first innings, still with a mountain to climb as they chased the Lions' first innings of 530 runs. Day 3 of the Titans versus the Lions clash continues today, while elsewhere in 4-day series, the Cobras are taking on the Dolphins, while the Knights face off with the Warriors. And that's a roundup of the major sporting headlines on this Wednesday morning.
Thank you, Kat. Well, let's get your morning underway by taking a look at what to expect in your temperatures. Before we get to that, a big thank you to Annette Kommer, who sent us this beautiful sunrise photo, and this one is from Strand in the Western Cape. Beautiful conditions expected, but reaching a cool maximum of only 16 degrees Celsius. On that note, let's take a look at the temperatures across the country. In Polokwane, your minimum for today, it is 15, your maximum 28. Mbombela, 15 with a high of 20. If you're in Pretoria, 15, 28 can be expected. Johannesburg, 14, reaching a high of 26. Cloudy conditions in Mahikeng, 15, reaching a high of 30. Klerksdorp, 16, reaching a high of 29. Partly cloudy in Kimberley today, 10 with a high of 27. Bloemfontein, 8 with a high of 25. Rain in Richards Bay, 16 with a high of 19. Pietermaritzburg, 11, reaching a cool 14 as a maximum. Durban, 17 with a high of 18. Mthatha, 10, reaching a high of 18 with some wet conditions expected. If you're in East London today, 10's your minimum, 18 your maximum. Craddock, 5, reaching a high of 20. Scattered showers for Port Elizabeth, 10 with a high of 17. George, 8, reaching a high of 15. Sutherland, 1, a cool 14 as a maximum. Cape Town, 11, reaching 17. Worcester, 4, 18. Springbok, 7, 22. And Uppington, a low of 12 with a high of 27 degrees Celsius. That's expected for today. That's where we leave your weather. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday.
All right, another day, another challenge, and another exam. Of course, the National Senior Certificate Examination is now currently underway, and today Matric learners are writing paper 1 of Ngudi languages and history, a subject that I knew, I think by grade 9, this was not going to be the one for me.
Yeah, no.
When we started learning about the Allied and the Axis forces in World War II, I was like, well, thanks,
well,
Hitler.
let's see how much of that World War I and II learnings, you still remember. I'm going to ask you some questions.
I apologize to my high school history teacher. This is going to be very embarrassing. Okay, you go ahead.
How long was the French Revolution?
La French Revolution lasted 20 years.
20 years? Absolutely
no
not.
ways!
10 years, Kat.
I completely guessed that.
Try this one. What started World War I?
Was it not some disagreement between the assassination of
You're doing well.
of a France person? I don't know. Okay.
Ferdinand. Yes.
Okay, but it was an assassination.
Close enough. Okay. What is another name for the French or Indian War that's lasted from 1754 to 1763?
I wasn't even alive back then. Okay, I think that the other name for the French-Indian War was the Franco-India War. I don't know what.
It was called the
7 years, because it lasted 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I got 1 out of 3, which is 33% and completely shocking. Yeah. I encourage all of you out there to work much, much harder than to get 33%.
Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
And from our side, good luck, Matrix. Good luck. Don't be unknowledgeable like we all are, like you heard this morning. But you know what? I'm sure you're going to nail this one. Good
Well,
luck.
the secret is preparation. Preparation is key. But you know what? Something that's quite cool as well is Crush, because they're spreading the goodness by giving away 20,000 pairs of school shoes. Now, some of South Africa's biggest celebrities have joined the Goodness crew to make a difference in 20,000 children's lives. Now, Crush is on a mission to get everyone involved in spreading goodness. So they have asked you to share the goodness with your loved ones by nominating a deserving school in your province to receive school shoes in 2019.
That's right. And the school nomination votes are in this week. The province with the highest number of nominations so far is, once again, Gauteng. Give it up for Gauteng. Absolutely fantastic, man. Yeah, so it's going to go there. I know that last year as well, this campaign, it ran incredibly well. So many deserving kids received those school shoes as well. But if you want to join the crew and share the goodness with the worthy school in your province, buy your favorite Crush juice, enter with the details on your pack, and you could win part of over 1 million rand in prizes for you and a friend as well. Now, this is our call to share the goodness by nominating a school in your province that could potentially receive a fantastic gift of school shoes in January 2019 and help Crush share the goodness with those you care about.
Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Okay, the bad boys and girl are going to take a quick break here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. When we get back, we're going to be talking to Laura Markovic, who is a certified parent coach, who's going to be telling us all about disciplining your child. Is there a formula? Is there no formula? What must you do?
Yeah, changing with the times, we must. And then we also sit down and have a chat with Bianca Buitendag, who's an ISA World Surfing medalist and also South African surfer, to find out about her and how she's been keeping on in her career. So stay tuned for that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be right back.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. We're talking parenting right now. Once again, we are back with our parent coach, Laura Markovitz, this morning, talking about how to discipline your child the correct way. There's been much debate around how to do it and how to do it properly and fairly as well. But we're getting some guidelines from the experts this morning. Laura, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, good to be here.
Hey.
Obviously a touchy subject for any parent, Laura, and things have changed over time. But when thinking about discipline, why is it so important to think about how you discipline your children, especially in this day and age?
Yeah, you know, as you said, things have changed. We're not meant to do what our parents did, or we are meant to do some of it, and then we're kind of left with, well, what am I meant to do? Am I allowed to just have these unruly children who absolutely have no sense of themselves or other people around them? And that's not the case.
Okay.
So it's good to be thinking about what we're doing with discipline so that we can have a bit of a game plan about how to go about doing things. And rather than getting kind of the quick fix, cooperative child in that moment, be thinking bigger picture about how we want our children to be learning and how we want them to be in the world.
Absolutely.
And that comes as part of discipline.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, disciplining styles, it varies from household to household. We know that. But ultimately, I think the most important question here is how much emphasis or importance would you put on the fact that parents should be on the same page here? Because that often doesn't happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's extremely common. So the good news is we don't have to be cut and paste versions of each other. It's absolutely, we come with our own personalities, our own styles in life. That's absolutely fine. But if we can have a shared game plan and be on the same page and have a bit of a united front so that our kids know where they stand, it can go a long way in terms of them feeling contained, not playing us off each other so that I have to kind of go into good cop, bad cop mode. And rather them knowing, okay, well, this is how things work in this house. So it's really important, even with differing parenting styles, that we're thinking about how we plan to manage our children when they are going to be cooperative, because they will be uncooperative. That's a given.
So when it comes to those different parenting styles and yet understanding that there needs to be some kind of commonality, and if there were ever some kind of rule book, what are those linkages that need to be common in order to ensure that your child is ultimately what we call or define as disciplined?
Yeah, so you know, it's quite a strange thing, because when I talk about discipline, I always say the most important place for us to be starting is with empathy and connection, which isn't really where we think we're going to be starting with discipline. But if our kids are feeling felt and understood, and they understand that we get where they're coming from, if we're connecting with them in different ways, they're less likely to be clawing for our attention in needy ways. So things like, I know you really want sweets today, or I know it's very frustrating that you can't have what you want. So starting from that place, and then making expectations clear so that they know where they stand. So you have 5 more minutes to finish X, Y, and Z before we go and have dinner, so that they actually know what the game plan is and what can be expected.
I feel like sweets are the problem. So I guess the next question is it even possible to raise a child without sweets at all? Or make them not like sweets and like vegetables more? But okay, we'll be back again with our conversation with Laura Markovitz, our parent
On Halloween.
talking about disciplining your children and all the different methods that go with it. So stick around for that and more. We'll be right back.
Well, the Cape Town International Boat Show took place, and this year it was the little guys and girls who made the biggest splash.
That's right, which is thanks to big wave surfer, charity campaigner and multi-cardiac surgery survivor Greg Burtish, launching the first ever Great Optimist race, crewed by young sailors who've known some pretty rough seas of their own.
When 40 little Optimist yachts took to the waters around the V&A waterfront, for each of them, and especially for Greg Burtish, it was the second leg of an epic journey they'd each been on.
I picked up this tropical bacteria while I was traveling, and I ended up spending over 200 days in hospital having 2 open-heart surgeries. And I met a lot of kids in hospital. I met their parents and I met them, and I realized that I was actually lucky that I had this passion in the ocean, in sailing and surfing to get out of hospital for. And I realized when I met all these children that a lot of them had nothing to live for, nothing, no passion, nothing to survive for. So I wanted to create and find a way of inspiring kids to get better, to get out of hospital, and to find a reason to get better. And that's why I started the Little Optimist Trust.
All funds raised at the event will go to the Little Optimist Trust, as well as the other charities participating in the race, such as the NSRI and the Newborns Trust, with sailing lessons also having been given to underprivileged kids from the 9 Miles project.
We're all about impacting and imparting skills to youth at risk, in the Cape Flats region, through sailing, through the Little Optimist initiative of Greg Burtish. So it's a real honor to be here, to bring the kids, to give them opportunities in life. I think because the kids come from a real traumatic background of their social economic status, they stay in townships, so there's not a lot of positive recreation things happening, positive role models, and so of course, like anything that comes into their lives, will really enrich them and impact them. We're trying to let kids start dreaming, which can be an anchor of hope for them for the future, that they know that the situation is temporary. They can look forward in life and that they can start to dream and start to become something.
It takes a lot to grab the headlines at the leading international boat show on the African continent, but the human story of survivors turned everyday superheroes got all the attention.
Yeah, we went out into the water, we were body surfing for quite a while, and as I came over the crest of one of the waves, I saw the shark in front of me. It was a great white, and it was like on the crest of the wave that I was about to catch, and the next thing I knew, this thing smacked into my right side. And I remember my brother pulling me out of the water, and I just fell into my mom's arms, and that's when my vision just blanked out. I think what really got me through all of that was support from so many people and encouraging me and just being there. I think what Greg and his team do, for so many kids is really incredible, so I really wanted to be a part of the event.
We've received unbelievable support. This has struck a chord, these tiny little boats helping children do amazing things. And we've got these big adults, captains of industry, coming to put their not so little butts inside these tiny little boats. And then we've got these medical survivors who are cancer survivors, amputees, stroke survivors, coming to sail and inspire these kids. So the buy-in has been phenomenal, and I think because it's children, everyone feels that it tugs at their heartstrings. And everyone wants to get involved, and they see that it comes from such a good place. And they see what it does to children. They see how it inspires them and teaches them this passion and shows them a dream to follow.
To those who don't sail, these little boats are actually called optimists, and the spirit they represent has met its perfect match in this bold new generation of young sailors.
Wonderful work that Greg is doing over there. But even more good news to celebrate here in our studio. Last month, local surfer Bianca Buitendag waved the South African flag very high on the global stage as she took bronze at the ISA World Surfing Games in Tahara, Japan. Now, Bianca's performance was made all the more special as it ensured Team South Africa picked up the 4th place medal at the event, and their first since 2013. So after her ISA performance, Bianca has finally touched down on home soil, and she joins us this morning to chat about her 2018 season. Firstly, welcome to the show and congratulations.
Thank you.
That must feel really good. When you look at this picture here, does it bring back memories? Does it bring back flashbacks of what perhaps you might have been feeling and thinking about at that particular moment?
I think it does bring back memories, but more about having the team there for support and being able to invest and just benefit from being in a team spirit. Yeah, and you've also had a great season on your surfboard. You did very well at the J-Bay Open. You finished 3rd over there at the Founders Cup Surfing. You found a good performance there. Would you say that this has been one of your best years? It has been a year that's been very different from the rest. I've had some performances, not as frequently, but some really special ones. J-Bay being one of them for sure, because it was the first time that the girls were included in the J-Bay event in South Africa. Yeah. So that was very special for me, and like I mentioned, the ISA was was more of a team spirit, so
Yeah.
it's very special as well.
And I mean, just speaking to you a couple of minutes ago, I'm finding out that the surfing lifestyle is quite a demanding one because you've consequently had to move away from home, so to speak. You now live in Europe for 6 months of the year and you're traveling between the States, Europe, wherever the surf competition is at the time. What is that lifestyle like?
It is a bit more difficult than the industry kind of portrays. You change time zones every 3 weeks, so you're kind of living out of a suitcase for roughly 10 months of the year.
Wow.
I'm starting to settle down a bit more, like choosing events more wisely, but ever since the age of 17, I've been on the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've been all over the world and you've experienced all kinds of surf.
Yes.
I know it's probably very difficult to choose the #1 top surfing destination for you, but if you could pick a top 2 based on, let's say, the kind of surf you're looking for, where would you say you love surfing most?
Yes, I think my top 1 destination besides surfing is definitely coming home, so I could be a bit biased. But yeah, I think maybe areas like Fiji or Indonesia where the surf is tropical and consistent throughout the year. But like I mentioned previously, in South Africa we have many options that are really underestimated. So
yeah. By the way, these pictures look really, really cool. Do you think enough is being done in South Africa to develop surfing culture, to develop professional surfing, especially for ladies?
I think we're on the road. We're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
But surfing, I feel, is maybe more important in the sense that it can give a kid's life some purpose.
Yes.
So there's been a lot of like upliftment programs being involved. Into developing surfing and developing a child's life more than just being a professional or heading into a competitive direction. So I think that's the more important direction to be considering.
Yeah. So, and if there are young people, perhaps even old fans wanting to be inspired and see you in action live, where can we catch you? Where do you post your videos so we can see you crushing it on the surf?
You can probably find some material on Instagram and Facebook, or otherwise you'll just have to come to Weet-bix.
Okay, to Midday. So give me the details when we can catch you there.
Well, I'm heading home on the weekend, so...
Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you give some lessons as well while you're at it now?
Why not?
You're way too busy, but thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on the wonderful season you've had. I know you said the new season starts off in January again, so you'll be on the road, traveling like crazy, and we'll be following you along on social media at Bianca Buitendag. Thank you very much, and congratulations for flying the South African flag high.
Thank you.
How's that for inspiration on your Wednesday morning?
Well, we are taking the quickest of breaks. When we get back, the Global Citizen Festival is just under a month away, or just about a month away. And of course, tickets to that event is absolutely free, but you have to earn them. We'll show you ways on how you can do that.
That's right. After the break, we also catch up with Rep Duo vibes right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, so stay with us.
Someone's going to be singing here. Okay, guys, can I get everyone into position, please? Guys, just a heads up. If I say into position, please be here. This is TV time. It's not a gig. Like, we don't have a lot of time. Okay. Yeah. Who's running the tracks? Is there track? No tracks. Okay, we can start, guys. Ready, guys? We've got less than 2 minutes. Let's
come through with the people I'm squanting. Hey, wear blood dog leash. Hey, you can give me now, please. Hey, every time you see me come through, I just want the people would eat. Hey, every time you see me come through, I just want the niggas would eat. Hey, always be the one to run through, get a Bombay would eat.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. Lots on the go still. Vibes will perform for us on our show, as well as parenting advice, how to discipline your child. Right now, though, news.
Thank you very much, Tabiso. Let's quickly take a look at those news headlines for your Wednesday morning. Your national news this morning, Stats SA announced yesterday that unemployment has risen for the second consecutive quarter. The official rate jumped to 27.5% as the formal sector continued to shed jobs. And in a victory for African women, the Constitutional Court has confirmed a High Court order declaring a section of the Upgrading of Land Tenure Rights Act unconstitutional. The law indirectly prevented many women from becoming property owners. Making international headlines this morning, African traditional and religious leaders are meeting in Blantyre, Malawi to discuss ways of ending child marriages, mutilation of female genitalia and other harmful traditional practices against women and girls. And a former male nurse admitted murdering 100 patients as he went on trial in Oldenburg, Germany. That's yesterday, making him post-war Germany's most prolific serial killer. We'll expand on those stories at the top of the hour. Right now, a quick look at your sport.
So the Free State Cheetahs will play in the 2019 Currie Cup Premier Division after they beat the SWD Eagles in their promotion relegation battle last night. In football news, Bournemouth and Burton Albion progressed to the 5th round of the English Football League Cup last night, thanks to respective wins over Norwich City and Nottingham Forest. Meanwhile, the Lions are firmly in control of their 4-day series clash with the Titans as they closed out Day 2 in Potchefstroom yesterday with a 365-run lead. And that's a roundup of the morning's sports headlines.
Well, let's get your morning underway by taking a first look at what to expect in the traffic. We start off in Gauteng in Jet Park. Now on the N12 westbound, there's a stationary truck. This is before Kamaro Street, currently obstructing that left lane. Please approach with caution. And then in Gauteng in Midrand, there's a stationary vehicle. It's on the N1 southbound. It's after Summerand Avenue, and that left lane's been obstructed. Allow for some extra travel time. We'll touch on those traffic updates in half an hour, but first let's take another look at the weather. We want to say thank you to all the beautiful sunrise photos that's been coming through. This one's from Palesa that sent us the sunrise from Soweto in Gauteng. Palesa, you can expect partly cloudy conditions with occasional thunder showers today, reaching a maximum of 26 degrees. On that note, let's take a full look at the temperatures. Starting off in Polokwane, a low of 15 with a high of 28 is expected for today. Mbombela 15 with a high of 20. Thunder showers in Pretoria 15 with a high of 28. Johannesburg 14 reaching a high of 26. Mahikeng 15 30. Klerksdorp 16 29. Kimberley 10 reaching a high of 27. Partly cloudy in Bloemfontein 8 with a high of 25. Rain is expected for Pietermaritzburg 16 with a high of 19. Pietermaritzburg 11 reaching a high of 14. If you're in Durban, 17 is your minimum, 18 your maximum. Mthatha 10 with a high of 18. East London 10 reaching a high of 18. It's partly cloudy in Cradock today, a low of 5, a high of 20. Port Elizabeth 10 reaching a high of 17. George 8 with a high of 15. Sunny conditions in Sutherland 1 with a high of 14. If you're in Cape Town today, 17 is your maximum. Worcester 4 with a high of 18. Springbok 7 22 and Uppington partly cloudy, a low of 12 with a high of 27 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your traffic and your weather. We'll have more for you at 7 o'clock.
Don't fear the flu. Boost your immune system with Effaflu C Immune Booster by Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Thank you very much. No, it didn't work. It didn't work.
I'm
It's
trying
not like
every
that.
single Halloween trick without an outfit, without a costume to scare everyone around the studio.
It's not going to
working
work,
out.
brother man. Listen, while you contemplate that, let's go into a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at your top 40 local and international hit chart show. It's Nick Hammond. He'll run us through.
And then we have vibes in the studio. You'll get to know them better and you'll get to see their performances. So stay tuned.
It's a Veal Breakfast show. No, it didn't work. No.
Join the party on Top Billing, and remember that due to cricket this November and December, our shows shift to Sundays. This Sunday evening at 5:30, we're in the air with Metro FM's Mo Flava. GQ's Best Dressed are crowned, and born in Malawi, raised in Zimbabwe, and made in Mzansi, international artist Billy Zangewa makes an entire continent proud. That's Top Billing this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Is this the fine? Is this the actual performance? Start checking. Staying home time. I need money.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, it's that time of the morning for you to win with loot.co.za. Of course, the team have made it super easy for you to shop online by downloading the brand new loot.co.za app and, of course, enjoying all the benefits of just scrolling and clicking on your favorite items. And, of course, we've made it super easy for you to win now here on Expresso with our loot.co.za big wheel. All you got to do is download the brand new app on your favorite app store, the loot.co.za app, and then screenshot that app on your phone and send that screen grab to 0716406551. Once you've done that, we might be calling you to choose one of these numbers that have great prizes associated with them. And this morning, we have a bronze sommelier long slot toaster that's valued at 1,149 Rand. Another big one, the Helicat Patel quadcopter drone with a camera and Wi-Fi. What? Valued at 1,321 Rand, and all other awesome prizes in between. So, we have our first caller on the line. This is Jessica from Joburg. Good morning, Jessica.
Hi, good morning.
How are you this morning?
Super excited.
Listen, I'm excited for you. I can't wait to make your dreams come true. Hopefully I can. I've been very, very lucky when spinning this wheel to land it on exactly the prize that everyone has wanted. So far, I think 60%. So let's make it 80% today. So, okay, here's the deal. You can see the prizes on your screen, or you've seen them, and I've told you a little bit about them. Yours is to tell me which you would most likely love to win.
The drone.
The drone. So you would like the big wheel to land on number 8?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try my best to do that. So in doing that, would you like me to apply the full might of my bicep? A little bit of, medium might, or just small little one?
No, full might.
Are we going all the way?
Yes, definitely.
All right, Jessica, this is for you. Good luck. I'm going to spin the wheel and hope you win big. Here we go. Come on, Jessica. Come on, we want number 8. It's got to stay there. We've passed 8 a couple of times. The wheel is slowing down right now. This could be the moment we've all been waiting for. One more rotation. Go, go, go for it. Go for it. Good. Okay. I gave all my energy. Jessica, number 1 is yours. You are the lucky winner of a bronze sommelier long slot toaster, silver HT600 valued at 1,149. It's all yours,
thank you so much.
Jessica. It's all yours. It's all yours. Celebration dance, celebration dance, celebration dance. Oh, how was that?
That was wonderful. Thank you. You've made my day, definitely.
Super exciting. Thank you very much, and I hope that you certainly do enjoy that very, very much. And of course, you all know that Loot is an online retail store offering over 14 million products across 17 departments, and you can shop across a range of books. There's electronics, kitchen, home, outdoor, DIYs, toys, health and beauty, and so much more. And this festive season, they will make things extra easy for you, especially when you're shopping for gifts for holiday essentials. The Get Free Economy Courier delivers in South Africa when you spend on an order of 250 Rand or more, and they also offer 14 payment options to choose from, making it super easy for you to shop online and get your Christmas goodies on. All right, congratulations to you, Jessica, and we'll be calling one of you a little bit later on. Again, of course, the mechanism to enter the competition is by downloading the app, screen grabbing it, and sending that to 071 640 6551. Good luck. We'll call you later.
Listen, it's so much fun spinning the wheel. I was in charge of that yesterday.
It's funny. It's good fun spinning this. It's a lot of pressure, though. Because you know, someone says, I want number 5, please, and then you spin and you're like, ooh.
But either way, you walk away with an awesome prize.
You walk away with a phenomenal prize. Doesn't matter.
That's right. And you know what? We are just over a month away from the 2018 Mandela 100 Global Citizen Festival that's taking place in Johannesburg's F&B Stadium on Sunday, the 2nd of December. Now, the third round of ticket allocations is drawing closer. So listen up for how you can stand a chance to be part of the generation that changes the world in the name of celebrating Mandela's centenary year.
Oh man, I can't wait for this to kick off. It's going to be phenomenal. Now, of course, there are some of the world's most successful and influential musicians, entertainers, politicians, and humanitarians descending on Mzansi for the event. But the bigger movement and cause behind this comes from the international organization Global Citizen, who are, of course, taking a stand against extreme poverty.
Now, tickets to this once-in-a-lifetime event, it is absolutely free and are earned through taking on an action journey that helps Global Citizen realize its mission to amass 1 billion people to call on our world leaders to honor their responsibilities in achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals and ending extreme poverty by 2030. If entertainment is a means to helping hundreds and thousands in need, then we definitely think this is absolutely an incredible cause to align with.
Absolutely. Now, the activities included on the action journey by Global Citizen represent the values and missions listed in the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Now, activities include urging South African businesses to prioritize safe toilets in schools, asking Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to attend the festival and support women and girls' health, asking world leaders to commit to digital peace, calling on the President of Benin, Patrice Talon, to commit to provide menstrual health and sanitation to all, and so much more to it as well.
That's right. And following on last week's news of sanitary pads being added to the zero-rated tax list, this only bolsters the encouragement to continue to instigate change around the world. And you can gain even more points by referring your friends to apply as Global Citizen. And, only that will help the movement grow.
Absolutely. Now, there are 12 days left to the third round of ticket drawing on Tuesday, the 13th of November. So be a part of this special moment and be the generation that changes the world around for the better. So what you need to do is visit globalcitizen.org.za to get all of the information on how you can do so.
Well, it's time for us to check in on what's happening in the world of music with a brand new #1 on the top 40 chart at 5FM. Black Coffee has dropped to the bottom, and local talent is thriving with Jeremy Loops taking a stand and making a new entry. Here's Nick Hammond.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nick Hammond here, back to recap the 5FM Top 40 from this past weekend, beginning by looking at the brand new entries onto the charts. Starting at number 37, it's local. It's now the third single of his latest album, Critical as Water, from Jeremy Loops.
That's for sure. It's gold, it's gold.
The second new entry I decided to highlight this week came in just one position ahead at number 36 on the 5FM Top 40. New music from Khaled. This guy's all over the place in 2018. It's been a fantastic year for him. This tune called Saturday Nights. Time to check out my mover and shaker picks for the week, you guys, beginning with my first selection after just 3 weeks in the charts, sitting at number 24, no stranger to topping the 5FM Top 40. It's Halsey with Without Me. My second move in Shake a Pick jumped all the way from 32 to 15 after just 2 weeks on the charts. It's Travis Scott and Kodak Black with ZZ.
Night calling in a phantom. Told them, hold it, don't you panic. Took an island, felt the mansion.
Time now to check out the top 10 biggest songs in music from this past weekend, beginning at the back end at number 10 with local music from AKA dropping down this week on the charts, Fella in Versace.
Mandela in the Rari. Rubber bands, where you get them from?
Coming in at number 9 on the 5FM Top 40, also dropping down this week, it's 5 Seconds of Summer with Youngblood. At number 8 this week on the 5FM Top 40, it's Manu Worldstar, another local entry on the top 10 with Nalingi. Coming in this week at number 7 on the 5FM Top 40, it's a big tune for the summer. It's Dinoro and Gigi D'Agostino with In My Mind. This week at number 6 on the 5FM Top 40, just outside of the top 5, it's a long-time songwriter finally stepping out in front of the microphone. Benny Blanco teaming up with Halsey and Khalid called Eastside.
In the city where the sun don't set. Every day you know where we ride through the back.
Halfway through the top 10 this week, coming in at number 5, another local entry. So fantastic to see so many local tunes on the charts this week. It's Banu Moya from TNS and Prince KB on 5FM. Coming in at number 4 this week as we counted down and heated up on the 5FM Top 40 was Calvin Harris with Sam Smith called Promises.
No promises. I can't do golden rings, but I'll give you everything.
Then coming in at number 3, the first of now 2 singles off his latest album, talking about George Ezra and Shotgun.
Underneath the hearts, I'm feeling like it's someone.
Spot dropping to number 2 this week, local powerhouse Black Coffee teaming up with David Guetta and Delilah Montague. This tune is called Drive. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to keep listening to me, Nick Hammond, Monday to Fridays, 9 to 12 on Hammond Time. And of course, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. as together we find out who's going to take that number 1 spot on the 5FM Top 40. And speaking of which, this past weekend, we had a brand new song taking that number 1 position. It's gone to Marshmello and Bastille with Happy.
I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the evening
All right, it's a Wednesday morning, and right now, time for us to get to know our guest artist. And in the studio, rap duo, Vibes is here! Yeah. And I'm glad I got it right, because it's not vibes, guys. It's vibes. My gents, good to have you guys here. I'm very, very well, man. Very excited to hear you guys performing. But before we get to the formalities of the music, we usually take 60 seconds to get to know you guys better, wherein I ask you a rapid series of questions, and you answer with the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Slim, you go first. Chinga, you always go second when I ask the questions. So you guys are ready?
All right. Okay.
Start the clock. Here we go. When it comes to dishes, do you prefer washing, wiping, or packing?
Packing.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
To read people's minds. To play every instrument in the world.
Burger or pizza?
Pizza, all the time. Burger.
What song can you sing or rap from? What song can you sing or rap from start to finish?
Eminem, The Way I Am. Tamia, So Into You.
Yeah, but no.
My guy,
you romantic boy. Who is your musical inspiration?
Jay-Z, a.k.a. T-Pain.
Texting or phone calls?
Phone calls. Texting.
What is your favorite topping on pizza?
Avo. Margarita.
Beef or chicken burger?
Chicken burger. Beef.
If you can invite 3 celebrities over for dinner, who would they be?
A.k.a. Jay-Z and Donald Trump. Cyril Ramaphosa, Jacob Zuma, and Julius Malema.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Don't have one. That's it. Amanda Dupont.
Amanda Dupont?
Yes.
Hey, man, you still on that 2000 vibe. No, but that was fun. I could have carried on with that for quite a while, man. That was so cool.
Julius, how would you do that? It'd be nice. Just have a conversation about real things.
What? I'm curious now to ask, what would be the first question you'd ask at that dinner?
I wouldn't ask. We just have a normal conversation. I just want to hear their thoughts about like what's happening in the world.
True. Hey, man, you
3
must
different opinions.
Record that whole thing and put it on a podcast somewhere. All right, so let's talk about vibes, guys.
Yes,
vibes.
man. Yes, man.
You guys have been going on now for just under a year.
Yeah, just
Just
about
a year now.
yeah, just
It's
about
officially a year now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Where did vibes come from, and especially the name? I'm always interested in the name.
Yeah,
Vibes.
the name was actually Chinga's idea.
Yeah.
We've been making music, myself as Black Slim, Chinga Time, and we realized, man, moving as a unit is much better than trying to push all by yourself.
Yes, yes.
So, and we've been making so much music beforehand. So we just decided one day, like, look, let's give it a shot. Let's just try and do 5 songs over a weekend.
Okay.
And then we ended up doing 15 songs in that weekend. And they were like, oh man, we have an EP, let's just put it out and see what happens. But we didn't have a name. So he was like, yo, our music is like a vibe. You know what I mean? Like there's a mood for every song that we're making. So let's just go with vibes and see where it goes. And then, yeah.
And since then, that's what it is.
Taking off. It's just taking off, man. When we drop Tower.
Yeah, that's when everything shot up.
Yeah, beautiful stuff, man. I'm glad that you've come this far and things have been working out so well. Take us through the songwriting process. I mean, you say you want to write 5 songs. Over the weekend, you end up with 15. So clearly the synergy is there. How does the songwriting process work with you guys? Is he weird?
He's weird.
So
Okay,
because,
you're weird.
I don't really write all of the melody, the hook. I sometimes just go up there and sing it on the mic.
Yeah.
Or rap it on the mic. And then once that's
So just like
cool.
empty mic, nothing in the
Just
background,
no
and then you just
words.
go.
Not even no, the beat will be there. I'll choose we'll select the beat. The
Yeah.
producer will send the beat. And then I'll sing whatever I want to sing on it without words, and I'll send it to him. Like, okay, this is what I think the melody should sound like.
Yeah.
And then we put words on it maybe 3 days or a couple of days later. But sometimes there's no words on the songs. Before we know,
It's just melody.
we just know that it's good before there's words on it. We know it's a good song.
And then it's vibes just happen.
When he vibes out and we vibe to it, then I just send it to Yo Slim, put your verse on this, or he'll send me the same, vice versa.
Yeah. And right now the vibe's still alive.
Yeah,
The vibe's still alive. I feel like that's like didn't Jay-Z say that at some point? No, that's somebody else. That's Kanye. Anyway, but let's talk about Vibes Still Alive. You've released your second body of work. And how's it been received so far? What are the fans saying? How are you feeling about it?
It's been really dope. It's been really dope. I feel like people are able to resonate with like the 5. So, because first we did like 10 songs and I think we didn't really grasp the market that we wanted to. But now we kind of understanding people's attention span.
Okay.
We're kind of understanding what the market really wants. So it was really dope doing that tape.
Absolutely. Dude, it sounds like you guys are on a mission. It's a planned mission. It's working out perfectly. And I can't wait to hear the product here on our Feel Good Breakfast show. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and that's our first time like performing with a live band
We
ever.
love this.
So,
We love
we
this.
figured no better place than, you know.
Then here.
We love you guys, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you don't miss out on it. Vibes is in the studio. Vibes, yeah.
Well, just like the gents from Vibe, there is nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. With the Tropica Smooth Fan Competition, you should know the drill by now. Stand a chance of winning incredible instant prizes. So this week, Tropica lovers, you stand a chance of winning the incredible prizes from Lewis. The Lewis store obviously having up to 36 months to pay, same-day delivery, and an optional extended 2-year guarantee. Lewis will really welcome your Tropica Smooth fans home in this case.
That's right, and don't forget the grand prize of 250,000 Rand cash and a Honda Amaze Comfort CVT. The prize will be fitted with genuine Honda seat covers, and all you have to do is buy a Tropica. You follow the details on the pack, you select your favorite celebrity, and you stand a chance to win instant prizes, airtime, and so much more. Of course, some T's and C's do apply, and you can find them at tropica.co.za.
Feeling a little bit lonely. If only more of our mates were here.
join us.
If only our mates were here.
We'll come join you guys. We're going to be taking a very quick break. Our Feel Good family, stick around. When we come back, we've just gotten to know them. The rapper duo called Vibes, they're going to be performing for us in just a bit.
Vibes.
It's Vibes.
Vibes.
Like a
Okay.
vibe.
All right, very well. Last week, the World Symphony Series was in South Africa, and the South African orchestras, they celebrated Mam Albertina Sisulu in the most magnificent way. Stay tuned for that after the break. Get the vibe. Get the vibe.
Obesity, the #1 health risk pets face. More than 50% of pets are overweight or obese. Just one slice of toast to a dog equals one whole burger to a human. Take your pet for a free check today. Hills Pet Nutrition, transforming lives.
money.
What you say? Money. Stack it. Down. What you need? What you need?
Just say, ayo. I don't. Oh, kill him, that's my title.
I don't kill him, that's my title. Nah.
Kill him, Hey, don't you please call me Hercules.
Hey.
You can only see me come through with the people I'm squad deep.
I'm out.
Red blood, dog, leave.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. Enter the Win a Home competition by voting for your favorite design duo on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance of winning a fully decorated apartment at Parterflay Lifestyle Estate, developed by Baldwin Properties, worth over 3 million rand. Plus, you'll automatically be entered into the weekly draw, where this coming Thursday night, you could walk away with a Samsung 55-inch Series 6 QLED TV with Infinity design, 4K gaming, SmartThings app connection, and an ultra-high-definition plus picture. And if that's not enough, Capitec clients stand a chance to win a further 5,000 rand in cash. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the Private Property website. Win a Home every Thursday evening at 7:30 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Wednesday morning. We are live, large and in charge. Of course, featuring our guest artist this morning, a rap duo called Vibes. And they're about to perform their latest single featuring Yams. It's called Tower.
Money, power, stack it, tower.
What you need?
I need money, I need money, I need money more.
What you need?
I need money, I need money, I need money more. Money, power, stack it, tower.
What you need?
I need money, I need money, I need money more. I need money, I need money, I need money more.
Ayo.
I don't.
Oh, kill him, that's my title.
I don't kill him, that's my title.
Kill him,
Hey. Kill like Gyro.
Don't you please, they call me Hercules.
Hey.
You can only see me come through with the people I'm squad deep.
Hey.
Red blood, dark leash.
Leash.
You can give me now, please.
Hey.
Every time you see me come through, I just murder people would eat. Hey. Every time you see me come through, I just murder people would eat.
Hey.
Always be the one to run through, get around Baywood.
Talk to him.
Always been with the kung fu, I'm the rap flow, Bruce Lee.
Hey.
Jiu-jitsu in between.
Hey.
Sensei, I'm me.
Ooh.
I'm too great. No debate. Told him one day I'ma pull up in a brand new rig. I say I'm way too great. Told him I'ma pull up in a rig. They call me Chicken Top.
Stack it, stack it, stack it,
Stack it, stack it.
You need.
Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Money, power, stack it. What you need?
I need money, I need money, I need money
What you need?
I need money, I need money, I need money money, power, stack it, tower.
What you need?
I need money, I need money, I need money.
What you need?
I need money, I need money, I need money.
I say,
Ayo.
I don't.
I don't kill him, that's my title.
I don't kill him, that's my title now.
Kill him, Hey, kill like
I
job.
need money and the power. We just put in the hours. These boys still sweet. These girls still sour. Your clip full of cowards. My clip look like bouncers. I still go for the culture. Meanwhile, these vouchers. Grab me to the grip me and that turn me into a beast. Like gang, we don't hang out. We just stay chasing the cheese. But them tight guys that go bang bang if you try to mess with the beast. I need mad racks for this trap trap. Stuck in 5 figures at least, please. I'm just trying to make sure my people feed. All I want is all my people at ease.
just trying to get a capiche. All I wish is for more power. Stack it, top, what you need.
I need money, I need money, I need money.
What you need.
I need money, I need money, I need money. Power, stack it, tower. I need money, I need money, I need money.
If you're at home right now, I need you to stand up. Right up. Money. Stack it. Top. What you need.
I need money, I need money, I need money.
What you need.
I need money, I need money, I need money.
Money. So whoop.
That's the one, man. Vibes, a song called Tower. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll have more from them a little bit later on. Of course, right now, yours is to link up with us on our social media platforms and let us know how high are you stacking your tower, man.
7 o'clock, let's take a look at your news headlines on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. It's a Wednesday. Starting off with your national news. Unemployment has risen for the second consecutive quarter. Stats SA announced yesterday. The official rate jumped to 27.5% as the formal sector continues to shed jobs. Manufacturing saw 29,000 jobs lost, mining 27,000, transport 23,000 and construction 21,000. Only the finance and trade industries saw increases in employment in the formal sector. The worst affected of all the unemployment are those with lower levels of education. Over 50% of unemployed people have not completed Matric, while 35% of unemployed people's highest qualification is Matric. Almost 4 in 10 youths are not in work, schooling or training. In a victory for African women, the Constitutional Court has confirmed a High Court order declaring a section of the Upgrading of Land Tenure Rights Act unconstitutional. The law indirectly prevented many women from becoming property owners. This was as a result of apartheid-era legislation which didn't recognize African women as holders of property rights. The law recognized African men as holders of these rights, which were converted into formal ownership rights by the Act in 1990s. Then making international news headlines, African traditional and religious leaders are meeting in Blantyre, Malawi to discuss ways of ending child marriages, mutilation of female genitalia and other harmful traditional practices against women and girls. Statistics from the UN Women indicate that every year 15 million women are married before the age of 18. Those gathered at the meeting agreed that political will to end these harmful practices must include stringent punishment against those who carry out child marriages. The meeting in Blantyre, Malawi comes after a similar one in Nairobi in August this year. And a former male nurse admitted murdering 100 patients as he went on trial in Oldenburg, Germany yesterday, making him post-war Germany's most prolific serial killer. Nils Hogel is accused of deliberately administering 100 patients in his care with lethal doses of medication between 2000 and 2005. Prosecutors allege the 41-year-old deliberately put the patients in life-threatening situations so he could show off his resuscitation skills. 4 former colleagues of Hogel are facing charges of failing to report evidence that could have prevented the killings. A former heart surgeon, a former chief nurse and 2 senior surgeons. That's where we leave your news headlines for now. We'll get a roundup on those stories once again in half an hour's time. Right now, though, let's get back into your sports.
Let's dive right in with our local rugby first. The Free State Cheetahs will play in the 2019 Currie Cup Premier Division. That was after they beat the SWD Eagles in their promotion relegation battle last night. After failing to win a single Currie Cup game this season, the Cheetahs finally gave their home fans something to cheer about as they scored 6 tries on their way to a memorable 36-5 win in Bloemfontein. So with the Currie Cup now done and dusted, we turn our attention to the Springboks year-end tour. And of course, it gets underway with a tough one, England, this coming Saturday. Then in football, Bournemouth and Burton Albion progressed to the 5th round of the English Football League Cup last night, thanks to respective wins over Norwich City and Nottingham Forest. That was at the Vitality Stadium. First up, Junior Stanislas and Steve Cook got on the score sheet to hand Bournemouth a 2-1 win over Norwich, while Burton Albion, they saw out a 3-2 win over Forest. And that EFL Cup continues tonight as Arsenal face Blackpool, Chelsea tackle Derby, while Tottenham travel to West Ham for a repeat of our London derby.
And then in cricket, the Lions are now firmly in control of their 4-day series clash with the Titans as they closed out day 2 in Poch yesterday with a 365-run lead. The close of play, the Titans were on 165 for 3 in their first innings, still with a mountain to climb as they chased the Lions' first innings total, a massive 530 runs. Day 3 of the Titans versus Lions clash continues today. But elsewhere in the 4-day series, we've got the Cobras taking on the Dolphins, and the Knights face off with the Warriors. We'll touch on those headlines again in a half hour.
Well, let's get the morning underway by taking another look at the traffic, starting off in the Western Cape in Kuils River. Now, on the R300 northbound, there's a truck on fire. It's before Hindle Road exit. Heavy delays can be expected from the N2 highway. Please keep a lookout for that. And now we move to KZN in Durban South. There's been an accident. It's on Solomon Mahlongu before Van Reineveld Avenue. Traffic is heavily backed up in the area, so allow for some extra travel time. But let's take another look at what to expect in your temperatures today. We want to say thank you to the beautiful sunrise photos coming through. Ntokozo Theo Makatini sent us this beautiful skyline of an array of colors from Johannesburg in Gauteng. Now today you can expect some thunder showers reaching a maximum of 26 degrees. If you have a photo you'd love to send through, feel free to do so on the Expresso Facebook page. But let's get into those temperatures. We start off in Polokwane. A low of 15 can be expected with a high of 28. Mbombela 15-20. Pretoria 15-28. Johannesburg 14 with a high of 26. Clouds cover in Mahikeng for today, 15 with a high of 30. Klerksdorp 16 reaching a high of 29. If you're in Kimberley, 10's your minimum, 27 your maximum. Bloemfontein 8 with a high of 25. Rain is expected in Richards Bay, 16 with a high of 19. Pietermaritzburg, 11 with a high of 14. If you're in Durban, 17 with a high of 18 is expected. Mthatha also reaching a high of 18. It's partly cloudy in East London, 10 with a high of 18. Cradock 5 reaching a high of 20. Port Elizabeth 10-17, partly cloudy conditions in George with a high of 15 for today. If you're in Sutherland, 1's your minimum, 14 your maximum. Cape Town reaching a high of 17 degrees. If you're in Worcester, 4 with a high of 18 for today. Springbok 7 with a high of 22, and Uppington a low of 12 with a high of 27 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your traffic and your weather. Another update will be coming your way in half an hour.
I'm traveling a little light here. I think I need something, Princess. I need to fatten up a little bit. Please, can I have something delicious, nutritious, and don't take it away from me, man. Oh, Laura, okay.
Because what would you like?
Oh, I'd love a croissant, please.
A croissant. Awesome.
If you had said blueberry muffin, I would have sent you away. I would have said no way, no way. I would have bought you for it. I'll have a blueberry muffin, please.
There's plenty. Well, listen, we're going to take a break. When we get back, the SA Orchestras, they celebrate Mam Albertina Sisulu in the most beautiful, melodious way, and you want to see it.
It's something truly spectacular. Then, of course, lest we forget, it's Halloween. We want to get the kids involved. We're going to whip up a marshmallow crunch this morning, obviously with a Halloween theme. But wait, I first want to have
That's
my
good
muffin.
parenting, right?
I want to say it's sugar-free, but it's not, man. It's not. It's just on Halloween. Trick or treat, baby. Trick or treat.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
Clover Crush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life. Crush is spreading goodness by giving away 20,000 pairs of school shoes. Grab a Crush, C-Pack for details, and stand a chance to win 1 million rand in prizes. Pass the goodness to a friend to also win. Share the goodness by nominating a school to receive school shoes.
Made with love by Clover.
was so.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
As we welcome you to this Wednesday morning, thank you so much for starting the day off with us, and a very good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. Our conversation with Laura Markovitz, certified parenting coach, continues, and we're discussing disciplining your children. What is the right way to do it? What is the wrong way to do it? Is there even that?
Is there even that? That's the big question. But I feel this links on very nicely about last week's discussion about parents losing their cool.
Yeah.
And this is something that we need to focus on. Deep breathing, once again, we're going to put it out there. But just to quickly recap, Laura, why is it so important when it comes to discipline that parents are on the same page?
Yeah, I mean, it links so nicely to last week because our kids are going to push our buttons and we are going to lose our cool. And it's going to add to it if we, coming from a completely different perspective, we kind of add fuel into the fire. If I'm going, stop doing that, do it this way, and contradicting each other in front of the kids. So rather to be a united front so that they know where they stand.
Then the kids have the opportunity to pick a favorite, and you don't want that.
All right, what about the good old adage, spare the rod,
rod,
spoil the child.
Yes.
Many of us were raised that way.
Yeah.
Like, Gogo did not shy away from, you do something wrong, just ask questions later type of thing. Is there still a space in nowadays parenting for that, or have we completely moved away from that, where children need a completely different way of being disciplined where that's concerned?
So legally, we've moved away from that.
Yeah.
There's been a recent case last year where actually the defense of reasonable chastisement no longer stands.
Wow.
So, but even more important than that, well, I mean, that's important,
yes.
but really to think about why we shouldn't be smacking our kids. And it's about thinking, well, what are we role modeling for them? We're saying, you know, don't hit your brother, don't sort things out like that. But hang on, when I get angry or when I feel you've done something wrong, I'm allowed to use physical force to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
And what often happens, as you say, ask questions later, is kids are cooperating in that moment, so it's effective, but long term they're having to repress things, they're having to keep it in. There's often a lot of fear-based discipline, and yes, that is something we really do want to move away from. However, I think a lot of parents have felt very disempowered because they're, well, I'm not allowed to smack, well then what am I meant to do? Exactly.
And this is my next question, because what do you do then if you feel that you need to do or need to discipline in a certain particular moment or something that has happened, or you need to add a consequence, but maybe the naughty corner is just not working.
Yeah.
So what
Especially like in your favorite supermarket, there is no naughty corner.
Yeah. So obviously it would be great to have the magic pill of discipline and this is how it works, but it is really a balanced approach of what we spoke a little bit about earlier, which is the empathy, connection stuff, the making expectations clear, this is what we need to do, checking in that the kids have actually heard, that they buy into this is what's going to happen, this is what we are doing. Positive reinforcement when they do cooperate, because we are so good at saying, stop it, don't, enough. So actually saying to them, well done, you know, that was great, how you really just came to the table like we discussed, and end of story. So that positive reinforcement. And then also giving them the space to get it right and recorrect in the moment. So yes, they will push our buttons, they will speak rudely to us, and they will say something, but in that moment to be able to go, hang on, you don't speak to me like that, do you think you can try it again? So that they get that opportunity to self-correct. But we still need consequences at the end of the day, but I say they are a last resort. And when we're thinking about consequences, it's very much thinking, what is fair, what is reasonable, what will I actually follow through on? So not the shoot yourself in the foot consequences of, if you do that, we will never go on holiday again, and you're not going to follow through on that. So really thinking about what will work. And you know, how we that sort of model is really something that happens no matter what the age of our kids are, but the kinds of consequences we use, I think, will differ on the age of our kids.
Sure, Laura, I have a lot to learn. Hey? I'm just thinking about that instance. Let's say you're going, Dad, I want an ice cream. If you don't give me an ice cream, you're not my... You don't speak to me like that.
I've heard, like, you're not my favorite anymore.
You're, what? Like, I'm not trying to be your favorite. I'm trying to be your father.
I love that joke. I love that joke.
Yeah. And I think that's important. I'm trying to be your father.
Not your favorite.
Yeah.
Laura, thank you very much. Hopefully that you found that conversation enlightening. Of course, for more information on all kinds of guidelines where parenting is concerned, you can visit www.coachparents.co.za. Thanks, Laura. Yeah.
Now, I often think we forget this, but to deserve the honour of receiving a tribute in any form, it's got to be one of the highest acknowledgements of achievement in anyone's life.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Well, look, with Mum Albertina Sisulu being celebrated throughout 2018 for her centenary year, a special symphonic piece composed in her name was recently treated to a spectacular world debut, and it was spectacular.
Just like Mum Albertina Sisulu orchestrated a movement in unison with determined voices alongside her, so is she being honoured by the uniting of South Africa's leading orchestras as they pay tribute to this woman of fortitude.
This music extravaganza is part of the World Symphonic series, which sees the Johannesburg and KwaZulu-Natal Philharmonic Orchestras join forces, all in the name of Ma Albertina Sisulu's centenary. Mr. Tembe, the World Symphony series has opened, and why was it important for it to open with a tribute to Ma Albertina Sisulu?
She was an icon. She had values that are important for all humanity, such as humility and strength and warmth.
Mr. Tembe, how does the World Symphony series enrich the orchestra industry in South Africa?
We utilize the World Symphony series to showcase international artists and the cream of South African artists. And we can utilize arts and culture to bring all cultures and races together for social cohesion.
Tonight's concert marks the worldwide premiere of Masisulu Symphonia, which is the original work of award-winning composer Bongani Ndodana Breen. He's done such incredible work celebrating the likes of Mawini Madikizela Mandela as well as Chris Hani. Bongani, a lot of your work draws inspiration from really iconic and stand-out historical moments in South African history and our liberation struggle. What stood out for you in creating Masisulu Symphonia?
For me as an artist, I consider it a great privilege to be able to document all these stories and all the lives of these iconic heroes that we have in our liberation movement. My Masisulu Symphonia is my own poetic meditation on this iconic life. And so the audience will be able to hear some of the understated side of Masisulu because it begins in a very quiet way. And also I invoke some of the sound world that she grew up in the Eastern Cape, using Xhosa music and borrowing aspects from Xhosa music and Xhosa scales, etc.
The maestro tasked with conducting the 100 skilled orchestra musicians is veteran American pianist and conductor Bill Eddins. His vast and diverse repertoire is well suited to the eclectic concert lineup.
Now, tonight is a collaborative effort. We're seeing Johannesburg and the KwaZulu-Natal Philharmonic Orchestras come together. What specialness does this add to the show overall?
When you have just that many more musicians on stage, when you have that many more strings on stage, you just get a depth of sound and a joy of sound that's just wonderful.
I think the show has been absolutely phenomenal, and it's a privilege to be here tonight to sit and watch the two orchestras. I mean, it's just a thrill, absolute thrill. And with regard to the conductor, who's doing everything without a score, I'm in awe of his incredible knowledge of everything.
This special occasion brings together diverse sounds and people delighted to honor the anti-apartheid activist that is our woman of fortitude.
Mr. Tembe, you have to tell me, for you personally, what's it been like being part of this, something so huge, celebrating one of the biggest icons in South Africa?
It was a humbling experience for me to present this concert tonight, to have almost 100 musicians from more than 20 countries around the world, wonderful soloists Bill Eddins and Rachel, to have Minister Sisulu, Eleanor, and Max Sisulu, and the Mandela family, and everyone getting together just for the sake of joy and bringing all us together was wonderful.
Tonight was extra special because the performance was just out of this world. Absolutely phenomenal work. The conductor was stunning. I mean, the entire ensemble just made me feel really somewhere over the moon.
This evening has truly been fitting of a woman whose 100 years in our consciousness has continued to live on. And I have a feeling wherever she is, Masisulu is aware of the consciousness and the appreciation that we have for her.
Oh, well, it's time for us to spend some time in the kitchen, get gobbling this Halloween with our mouth-watering Baker's Choice assorted Halloween-themed marshmallow crunch. And it's absolutely packed full of flavors. And, of course, it is a favorite of ours. And it's quick and easy to make. And you and Stradom, you are the man in charge.
You know what? That sounds so official. But, yes, I am. And I love Baker's Choice assorted because it always reminds me of the festive season.
Yeah.
Always, you know, that's a great box of cookies to get, especially when the whole family's going to be pulling together.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, you know what I realized? Well, I actually was pointing out all my favorites, and I realized the reason the chocolate ones did not make the top of my list was because those were my brother's favorites, so I never had an option to them. So I love, you know, the Jolly Jammers and the wafers.
Yes.
Those are the favorites for me,
Yeah.
but only because I never had a choice to the chocolate ones.
Don't worry. No, you can have the whole box now for yourself. I love this round one with the strawberry dot in the middle.
That's the Jolly
amazing.
ones.
So what are you making, Zoe? You tell me now.
Cool. So we are making a marshmallow crunch, and of course, this is great if kids are going Halloween trick-or-treating, if you have leftover sweets and some nuts, and this is just a fun treat to make.
Yes, let's make it. So we've got marshmallows in a pot.
Yes.
As one does. And we've kind of melted them down. And look how ooey and gooey and delicious. That is just yummy. I mean, look at that.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm going to take the Baker's Choice assorted biscuits, and I'm going to put them into a little Ziploc bag. We're going to crunch them up. Okay, we'll take these ones out for now. We'll save them for later. Put that in.
Just like that.
Feels like a sin to crush these beautiful cookies.
No, Zoe. It's everything but a sin. Okay, so let's just get the air out. Hang on.
There we go.
Get
That
the
might
air
just
out.
make the bag explode.
Okay, are you ready?
I am.
Go for it.
So I got told to crush them and not crumb them too much.
Yes.
So there we go.
Because you want these bits of biscuit in this mixture.
There's the chocolate ones.
There's the ones,
Oh, the pink one's also one of my favorites. Strawberry.
Lemon creams.
There we go.
Lemon creams. Okay. I think that should be good, eh?
That should be good.
Yeah,
Cool.
there, you missed that one. Wait,
Oh,
there we
that's
go.
the big one. I didn't
How's
see it
that?
under.
How's that?
There we go.
Okay, got it. And now, we're going to throw it into our marshmallows.
Yes, which we've melted already.
Bam. I mean, this is such a cool and easy recipe.
And it adds nice colour.
Let's just see how much this is. And now we're going to give it a bit mix. And now we also want some other ingredients in there.
Okay.
All right, so we have our nuts.
There we go. I'm going to add them.
Yep. Okay.
We're going to... Of course, this is the fun, the colourful candies.
Yes.
Can I add them?
Go for it. Our Halloween-inspired candy is all mixed in there. As you can see, this has become a nice and sticky mess. We love it. But the keyword is Bakers. SMS that to 33728. That's Bakers to 33728. It's giving us a nice stick. So as you can see, this becomes very, very nice and sticky.
There we
this
go.
marshmallow glue, deliciousness, sweet is going to hold everything together.
And we've also lined our tray with some baking sheet.
Yes.
There we go.
So now that I
Some
have it
wax
into a nice
paper.
little ball. Okay, no, help me out here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to bring it close. Come here.
I'll bring
there
it
we go.
close.
All
There we
right,
go.
let's get that out.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'll
Help me
scoop.
out. Help me out.
There we go.
It's coming.
It's a big blob.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, you can smell the Baker's Choice assorted cookies. There we go. And then you just evenly
Work it.
space
You
it
start
out.
working it now.
It's supposed to be a sticky mess.
It is a sticky mess. What are you talking about?
I feel like you need to do it. I'll hold the thing. There we go.
Okay, so you just get it down. How sticky is that?
There we go.
So you work it now nicely. Make sure that it goes in all the corners. Flatten it out nicely. As you can see, it's very, very sticky. And then you let it stick.
Okay. Well, listen, we've got a recap. While we make sure every bit goes into every corner. If you've missed any of these steps, take a look.
And there you have it. The keyword is bakers. SMS that to 33728. Now, a nice little tip that we've just learned as well.
Yes.
Take some butter, rub it on your fingers, and then you start working it with your hands. Just like that. Bam, bam, bam. And then you start. It's easier with your hands. You press it down.
That's a clever trick because the butter will help stop the marshmallows from sticking to your hands.
And now you just get some beautiful melted chocolate.
Melted chocolate, and then you just drizzle it over to give it that little spider web feel.
That's it. So you have we have a combination of white chocolate and some darker chocolate.
I'm going to add some white too.
Throw it on there.
There we go.
And then once it's set and cooled, then you just cut it into nice little blocks or strips or whatever you would like, and you have a delicious Halloween treat. The keyword is bakers. SMS that to 33728. That's bakers to 33728. Look at that.
Voila.
You see now,
and
voila,
you'll be left
indeed.
with lovely squares.
Yeah, and you can, of course, let us also know which one of your Baker's Choice assorted is your favourites. We know we have the strawberry swirls, one of my absolute
those
favourites.
are my favourite too.
Zoe is going to try out the chocolate ones because she never had the opportunity, but we'd love to know which ones are your favourites.
Because we love Halloween so much, let's fully indulge ourselves this morning. Create something that is truly creative. We've got our 5 Roses Superior Ceylon blender. After the break, we're going to whip up a pumpkin spiced iced tea. Doesn't it sound cool?
I am looking forward to that. Also, because it's summer and you probably have visitors coming through during December to visit you, you want to show that you can switch up your furniture. And Dylan Tomaj is in studio to tell us all about all those trends. So stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Moving out? Need more room? Scaling down? Private property is a great place to start your search. With thousands of new properties from South Africa's top real estate agents, banks, developers, and homeowners. It's the easiest way to find your next home. Search for a home on any device, anytime, anywhere. Search privateproperty.co.za.
Enter the Win a Home competition on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance to win a brand new, fully decorated apartment at Parterflay Lifestyle Estate, developed by Baldwin Properties, worth over 3 million rand.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso. One of our favorites is in studio because, you know, summer it is around the corner, and for one, I cannot wait. But when it's that time of the year, that also means we get to spend a lot of time with those we love and making memories. So Dylan Tomaj, one of our favorite interior designers, he is joining us today. And I mean, we are all about to talk about what happened at the Choreographed Spring-Summer shoot that took place not too long ago. Dylan, good morning.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you
in your
too.
Halloween attire.
Well, listen, I'm wearing a little bit of spooky, but it's not scaring anyone.
That's great.
But listen, a lot of excitement been going down behind the scenes. I know what it's like, you know, for example, what goes on at a photo shoot, but what goes on at a you know, styling a furniture or, you know, a decor shoot?
So it's a lot more challenging because there's a lot more bigger pieces. You have to consider the outdoors, how you get the different angles, especially with bigger, larger pieces, to make sure you get the perfect angle, just to make it feel quite sophisticated and really sell the dream to the consumer, which is really important because we all want that summer feeling, right?
We do, and I mean, if I'm going shopping for decor pieces, I use the catalogue as inspiration to be like, ooh, this is new, or this can work in my home, or it's interesting often to see how you use a piece.
Sure.
But there are some exciting new pieces that you can see in Choreographed this coming into stores.
Yeah.
What are some of them?
So the first one I think is really great is the Ella. So it comes in a 2 and a 3-seater, which is really nice. It's got beautiful arm details. It's almost got like a bit of an Art Deco feel, which is really lovely. It's very classic. And I think there you can see on the screen right now, and it really just comes out in a beautiful way. You can see it was really hot that day.
Yes.
Sunglasses and all.
The perfect day. And now talk to me about the Sedgwick.
So the Sedgwick is really amazing because it's modular. So you can actually configure it into ways that actually suit your space better. So you can convert it into a 3-seater, a 2-seater, a day bed, which actually is far more user-friendly, especially when you're spending that type of money, which I think is great.
Yes, and it's a great piece because let's say you move and now your room structure has changed, or you want to move it elsewhere. That is a very clever piece and very versatile.
Exactly, and I'm a really big fan of modular pieces because of that sort of thought process.
Yes, no, I love that. And then let's talk about the Valentina.
So the Valentina is also one of my favorites. It comes in a 1-seater, a 2-seater, and a 3-seater, which is really lovely. But what I do love about it is the simplicity of the arm details, and also the fabrication that it comes in, which is really lovely. It almost doesn't feel outdoorsy because the new fabrics that they offer are so much more sophisticated.
Well, I'm looking at all these pieces and they're absolutely beautiful. Are they suitable for, because I mean, yes, you were doing the style shoot outside. Are they suitable for outdoor furniture?
So a lot of the pieces from an accessory point of view are completely outdoorsy.
Great for being used in the outdoors.
Precisely. So the fabrics are great because they are pure outdoor fabrics, so you don't actually have to worry about bringing them back inside because they're waterproof and all those sort of elements. The lanterns are fantastic because those are made out of metal or aluminium, which make it very durable for exterior elements. And then the planters are really great because it brings that warmth into the space, and those planters are also really great for outdoor use because they're out of concrete and resin.
Yeah. Well, I need to ask from you, because I mean, you've done quite a number of these shoots. What's your favorite part about being on a set like that?
So what I love is how the energy of how people think differently, and it actually just evokes such a great outcome because my thought process will be enhanced by the photographer's outlook on how he sees it on the camera, which is great. So then there becomes this beautiful synergy just to make it work and produce these beautiful shots that we've done.
And of course, you are inspiring all of us that looks at all of these beautiful pictures in the catalogue to also make sure that we can incorporate that into our own
Exactly.
homes.
Great design should be accessible to everybody, Zoe.
Oh, I love that. Well, Dylan Tamaj, it's always so great having you here. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And to celebrate the feeling of summer, Choreographed is giving one lucky viewer an amazing prize, a 10,000 Rand Choreographed voucher. Now, to enter, all you need to do is comment on our Choreographed Instagram post saying what you are most looking forward to this summer and tell us why. The competition will close on November 21st, and those T's and C's do apply.
All right, well, just as you thought tea couldn't get any better, in fact, was getting boring, it is the season of pumpkin spiced everything.
Yes.
Right? Everything is pumpkin spice, so we're going to be making a lovely 5 Roses pumpkin spiced iced tea. Great for the summer season if you're looking for something refreshing to cool you down. And we're going to show you how to make it with, of course, our friend 5 Roses, because nobody makes better tea than
our
you in 5
superior
Roses.
salon blend tea.
All right.
But we can add a bit of fun to it as well. That's water.
Oh, that's just water.
That's
okay,
water.
I was trying
Yes. No, it smells amazing, right? Delicious.
Right, that's where we start. Boiling hot water.
It's Halloween, dude.
Okay.
So we gotta have some fun with this iced tea. So what we have here, some Halloween candies, dude.
Okay, all
Look
right,
at that.
I can see that.
So what we're gonna do is pop some of them in there.
Yeah.
And some of them in there.
As the sun comes out to beam on us, thank you so much. Just
it's quite chilly,
warm us
isn't
up
it?
a little bit. It is. Okay,
So
so you're
like
gonna get
that.
your
Yes.
Halloween candy in there.
And then you just fill it, dude.
Okay.
Just like that. Watch.
What makes it Halloween candy? Isn't candy just candy?
Oh, it's the
Halloween?
colours. I think it's the colours and the things, yeah. But
I feel like
look
you're
at
discriminating
that.
against
No.
other candies out there.
Well, and look how cool that is.
So
You see,
it melts in there,
it kind of
freezes
melts
up.
in there. It looks Halloweeny. You
pretty
see? Okay, cool. So
I
we're
like
going to
that.
use that later. Now,
cool.
We're going to use 4 of our 5 Roses Salon Blend tea because for every cup you need, of course, a bag, and there's about 4 cups worth of tea in there.
Of course, and it's
Let
got
that
that
steep.
rich, smooth, luxurious.
And now for that pumpkin
flavor.
spice inspired vibe.
How do you
we
get
got
that?
maple syrup. All right? These are all flavors associated with that pumpkin kind of flavor.
Okay.
Cinnamon sticks.
Okay.
2 of them.
2 of those.
Okay. And we have allspice in its whole form, a little ball, and some cardamom.
Okay.
That's going to go in there.
So where's the pumpkin?
That makes up the whole pumpkin-inspired thing. You'll see in the taste.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm waiting for this.
So now...
let's just quickly get a bit of a...
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You get it.
It'll get there maybe once all the flavors are there.
Yeah. So
I'll
you
get the
kind of
pumpkinness
let
it
that
all.
now simmer for about like that 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then you pour it into a jug like we've done, and you cool it down.
Good stuff.
You see, you can feel it's nice and cold.
Very cold. All right. Shall I pour it into the...
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Ice first.
You wait for it. So
Go
your,
for it. You can do it.
your
It's ice cold. I don't wanna handle it.
Halloween-inspired ice blocks.
Ice cubes.
Spook cubes. Spooky cubes.
Spooky cubes.
They go in there. Like
That's
this. And you can SMS the Q at 5 roses to 33728.
Yes.
And we'll send you the link to the recipe as well as the ingredients so you can make your own 5 roses pumpkin spice flavored salon refreshing iced tea. Okay.
Dun,
that
dun,
looks
dun.
good. That looks good. I can't wait to taste this because I want that pumpkininess.
You want the pumpkininess.
Looking
That's
good.
it.
All right. And then you just
Give
kind of
that
let your candy do the thing.
That's the thing, man. And then you have a nice little candy at the end of it.
By the way, can you do that ice block thing with any kind of candy?
I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I mean, the jellies that we've used actually works quite nicely.
Because they kind of dissolve.
They kind of dissolve nicely as well.
Alright.
So, dude, there we have it, using our lovely 5 Rose Salon tea. Hang on. So this is refreshing for summer, by the way. I'm just saying.
There we go.
Cheers.
And you don't say cheers, it's Halloween, you say
ooh. Okay.
I got a pumpkin there. Oh,
You got it's the cinnamon, it's the maple syrup.
It's
it
there
really
in the
is.
back.
It's cling.
Brilliant
it's
stuff. SMS the Q at 5 roses to 33728. Lovely recipe. Well done.
Nice,
sir.
dude. Ooh.
New 5 Roses fruit infusions are bursting with juicy, fruity flavor that can be enjoyed hot or cold, and it's naturally caffeine-free. Because nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Well, we are always switching things up and taking it to another level. And today, we're going to make a very delicious recipe. It's a peach iced tea cake. I've never heard of it, and I'm looking forward to it.
confusing you, man.
Yeah, I'm like, iced tea, cake,
Peach vibes.
Peach, what's going on?
It'll be amazing regardless. And then likewise, we've got another performance from this incredible outfit behind us. The rapper duo Vibe are in the house. Guys, welcome to it. You want to stay tuned. It sounds spectacular. We'll see you in a moment.
Let's go somewhere.
Let's go where there's no such thing as getting lost.
Chasing tarred streets, gravel roads, and dreams. Let's go to that meeting.
Let's feed some souls.
Let's go to that first step on our journey. Emonti, Ponti. And the sweet smell of the long weekend. Oh, how we love the long weekends. Let's go where they know you as Poi Poi or Machaivan. Let's make it happen. Let's start at Caltex. And then, let's go somewhere. Caltex. It's how you get there.
Would you ride for me? Can you give put aside your pride for me? Would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down? Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Baby.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very
Midday, where we take a moment and wish the millions of people celebrating their birthday today. But of course, we're not talking to the millions. We want to talk to you as we welcome the 31st of October. And we thought we'd give a special birthday shout out, since it is a scary day, but also a very cool day to celebrate your birthday, the 31st of October.
That's right. And we've got Ishan on the line. Ishan, good morning and happy birthday.
Good morning, thank you.
How are you feeling this morning? How's your day been or your morning been so far?
Rather stressful as I'm preparing for exams.
Ah, man. Well, look, I mean, it's your birthday, you're writing exams. I'm sensing good vibes only over there, hey?
Great, yeah.
How old are we turning today?
17.
Happy 17th,
buddy, that's a magical year. Dude, you've got an awesome picture of you and your dog. What's the dog's name?
Toby.
Oh, looks amazing, buddy. All the best of luck today. Do you have birthday plans of any kind you're going to maybe rock out over the weekend?
Thank you. That's my plan, to go for some Halloween parties.
Ooh.
Yeah,
See,
man.
that's the best theme to have for your birthday if you're celebrating your birthday on the 31st. Well, happy birthday today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, man. Cheers.
Oh, absolutely love that. Then we're going to wish Bernadine Lowe, or at least on her behalf, we're going to wish her amazing husband, and she does say amazing, Nick, a very happy birthday today. They watch the show apparently every morning, and today is extra special as it's also the couple's anniversary. That is awesome. So hopefully you have all the joy and happiness in the world today, both of you. But all the best to Nick. Happy birthday, brother.
Double the celebrations. Now, we also say happy birthday to you, Sambulo, my son. He's not my son, but he's turning 6 years old. I was listening to a quote from his mom.
Hang on a minute,
She says that he wakes up at 4 a.m. asking to go outside and tell people that he's now that old. Now that is from Mom Tandeka, and she just wants to say, I love you so much, my little munch.
Happy birthday, Sambu. Well, you've done it again. Granny Minnie, well, not our granny, but Minnie Hanslow from George Annie's Strack Homes in Belleville, Cape Town. Happy birthday. A ton of hugs and kisses from all who love you. You are our granny too. You're celebrating 106 years old. Oh my word, yes. 106 gracious years. Enjoy the big bash today. Sorry we can't be with you, they're saying your family. They're thinking of you all day. This is from Bridget van der Westhuizen.
Oh, don't worry, Thomas is going to eat cake on your behalf.
Yes, Granny, I'm going to eat the cake on your behalf.
That is so special. 106 years old.
That is humbling. That is awesome. Almost as old as your son will be one day. So, but happy birthday to everyone who is celebrating their birthdays. We absolutely love you guys. You really are a part of our family. And if you'd like to send those birthday wishes through for someone special to you, you can get all of our contact details, of course, on our websites. And you can mail a picture. Please send a nice picture to birthday@cordova.tv.
Right, so the festivities continue in the Feel Good Breakfast Kitchen this morning, and we have enlisted the help of the owner and founder of Cupcakes by Design, Grace Stevens, together with her beautiful family as well, as we celebrate, of course, Halloween. And it's occasions like this that really brings the family together. It's all about those delicious treats and just having fun. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Welcome, Grace.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you for having us.
Jeez, do you want to run us through, just quickly introduce your brood here?
Okay, so let's start. This is Kellen, Julia Ann, Zachary, and this is Simon.
Wow, look at you. You must be a very proud mommy right now.
I am. It's nice to have them in the kitchen here with me.
Absolutely, man. So they're all going to contribute to making something absolutely delicious. We're using our soda stream machine. We're going to fizz up some iced tea.
Yeah.
And you're going to use that in a delicious kind of Halloween-inspired kind of cake thing?
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to be celebrating today, so let's make it.
We are celebrating. So first and foremost, we need to make an iced tea, and this is very, very easy. Of course, we're going to use the iced tea, but it comes in a whole range of different flavors as well. Who wants to do the honors? Yeah? 3 to 5 presses, we're good to go. Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Love it. Yeah. And you need a cap full of this.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Cap full of that.
A cap full of that. I think you put it in here.
Yes, yes. Look at that. Makes it easy.
Look how easy that is.
That's it. And you can see it beautifully fizzing as well.
The soda stream has less sugar than you would buy it in the store.
That's
which
it, exactly.
I really, really like.
You also get the 0 sugar variety and flavors. Look
Yes,
at that.
you do.
Okay, so we just give it a bit of a mix.
Maybe put it in there for one more zhuzh.
You think so?
I think so. I
Is
say
it?
the more fizz, the better, don't you think?
How many presses do you think?
I just one more press.
Just one more press.
Yeah. And that'll just help to distribute that.
That should be fine.
Stunning.
Yeah?
Okie
Okay.
dokes.
Look at that. And it releases,
try
and
just
it's
now, okay?
boiling over. That's why we don't do it.
Okay, maybe not one more.
It's Halloween. Look at that. It's Halloween. Yes.
Now we are mad
Okay.
scientists in the kitchen.
Absolutely. But you're going to be using this now. Just grab, is there a cloth on that side there? Or here at the bottom we have a cloth.
We do.
There we go.
There we go.
Cool. Just pop it on there. Cool. So Grace, take it away. How are we going to use this now?
Okay, so I'm going to make a cake. So I'm making this beautiful soda stream cake. The bubbles that we've just put in here
Yes.
help to make a nice fluffy cake. So it's absolutely perfect. You can use it just as soda water,
Yeah.
pancakes, you can make flapjacks, you can make all sorts of things with your soda stream.
Right.
So I am going to just cream some butter and some sugar in my mixer here.
This is going to be delicious. I mean, you guys must be spoiled at home, eh? Does your mom always kind of just bake these delicious treats? And do you guys get hands-on in the kitchen as well? Yeah?
They do.
Do they? I just wanted to check with you.
Simon, put the eggs in there for Mama, please. Okay, all right. And then, do you want to put some of this? So this is my soda stream that's going to go in
Yes.
here. Yes, put this in for Mom. How's that, love? Ooh, oopsie. Here, hold it and Mommy will help you.
Oh, man. You
There
see,
we
this
go.
is what I
Oh, thank you so much,
love. Getting
Zach.
the family
One
together
more for
in
Zach.
the kitchen.
You got to teach them young, Ewan. You definitely got to
I
teach
love
them
it.
young. And then we'll put the flour in. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, sweet, man.
Stunning. See, I have no shortage of helpers in my kitchen.
That's it.
Okie doke. So this goes into a bunton.
That's fine, Zach.
Thank you, Zachary. You're very, very helpful. Goes into a bunton and we bake it all beautifully like this. Josie,
Sure.
do you want to help me make the icing? Sure. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to cream that butter and put some
Okay.
icing sugar in it. Pop it on.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you just push it. You need some.
There we go. Is it working? Did you unplug it?
Did we unplug
Did you
it?
unplug it? Hang on. Let me get in there. Excuse me, guys. I need to sort it out. It's happening.
Oh,
Come on.
Superman
I'm
to
not
the
disappearing.
rescue.
I'm happening. Here we go. Are we ready?
There we go.
Got it.
Stunning. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So cream that together.
Okay. Right. A little bit at a time. Boom. Okay, turn
And of
it
course,
off. Okay, turn it off.
you have to make a mess in the kitchen.
And then a little bit of this lovely iced tea is just going to turn this icing really, really special and give us that nice iced tea
That's it.
flavor.
Well, one thing is for sure, we are going to be enjoying some cake and soda stream when this show ends. I think we might even tuck in earlier. What do you say,
Yeah.
Grace?
Thanks, Jules. You can turn that off now. Let's pour ourselves some iced tea.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
And you know what I like, Ewan?
Yes.
This we can use like for a couple of years instead of going to the store and spend like what? A family like
Yeah.
ours is going through dozens and dozens of these cold drink bottles.
That's it.
This is not a single use. You use it over and over again. Do you want to try and
Absolutely.
help us make?
Now, if you want to get your hands on the recipe, SMS the keyword cake to 33728. That's cake to 33728. So that's the is that the icing part
This
now?
is the icing that we're going to put on top of the cake.
Okay, and that you just decorated.
Yes, we just decorated.
Do you want to press the button? Okay, hang on. We'll
He
sort
does
you out a
wanna-
little bit later. Okay.
We'll do it just now, Zach. How's that?
Oh man, love it. Grace, while you're doing that now, if you guys at home want to fizz up your summer with Soda Stream, just like we did this morning, go out and get your machine right now. But you could also stand a chance of winning one of these Spirit Soda Stream machines with a range of accessories and 2 syrups included as well. So to enter, it's very, very easy. Reply on the Soda Stream giveaway post on the Expresso Facebook page right now, telling us what is your family's favorite way to enjoy Soda Stream. Now, this competition closes on the 5th or Monday, the 5th of November 2018, and that's at 12 o'clock. So make sure you enter right now. Terms and conditions do apply as well. But head on over to our Facebook page right now and you could win yourself a fantastic Soda Stream prize. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
This is fun, man, making a mess together. I feel like part of the family.
Oh,
You
you're
know?
always part of the family.
Yay,
Aaron.
I love it. So try this one out. The keyword is, of course, cake at 233728.
Fizz up your summer with SodaStream.
Well, right now it's time for us to head on over to the City of Gold with Musa as we continue our journey of discovering and learning about one of the important aspects of your financial life, short-term insurance, and what it's all about.
Protecting our next is a concern for all of us. How do you ensure that you're adequately covered should life deal you a misfortunate blow? Well, lucky for us, Standard Insurance Limited has embarked on a brand new journey to help us protect what matters the most to us. I'm at the Standard Bank offices in Rosebank here to talk to Dr. Nolwandle Mbalo to help us make more informed decisions when insurance is concerned.
We all want decent short-term insurance at a fair premium. What Musa was about to find out is value-added cover that goes the extra mile.
Thank you so much for having me at your office to find out more about short-term insurance.
It's a pleasure to have you, Musa, and thanks for coming through to our Standard Bank Group building. As you know, Standard Insurance Limited is part of Standard Bank Group, and it's also very befitting that we actually stand here underneath this beautiful map of Africa. Africa is our home, and we drive her growth.
Today, let's talk about loyalty and rewards. What do we need to know about that?
Well, it's important to know that there's quite a number of loyalty programs available in the market. One, it actually has to take into account what is covered within those loyalty program, particularly with reference to the value derived for the particular needs of the customers. Loyalty programs don't come cheaply. They also come at a cost to the consumer. That cost is not only consumed by the consumer, but also the underwriter as well. They are important and they play a very important part in the consumer's life because that's a value add that an insurer can actually offer to the customer.
You've just mentioned value adds. What are those?
Number of value adds, and I think let's actually pick one in terms of the vehicle insurance. You've got your touch-ups. Touch-ups actually cover those minor dents and scratches that you'll have in your vehicle. You also have top-up cover. And the top-up cover will actually cover the difference in cost between what you insured for and the value of the vehicle in the event that you actually still owe that the cost of that vehicle with the bank. You also have other top-ups that you'll have, like value adds, such as your car hire. Those actually come in quite very handy, particularly when your vehicle is in for repairs.
So I guess it's important for me to know what I'm buying into.
Yeah, it is very important to know what you're buying into. Particularly from a consumer point of view, you have to understand you may not upfront actually think you require these value-added services. But in the event of an accident, you may realize at that point to continue with your normal life that you actually needed a car hire. So understanding upfront what it is as well as the value that you derive is actually very critical.
And what then is my responsibility?
Musa, your responsibility starts with understanding what it is that you are covered for. Reading those policy details in terms of the core of your insurance offering, but also as well as your value-added services is very important. So the terms and conditions that are actually written in that small fine print are the critical parts to ensure that we familiarize ourselves with so that we get the value and the benefit of our covering.
There you heard it, folks. It's really important to find out what you're buying into and exactly how it works. Thank you so much to Standard Insurance Limited and Nolwandle for that wonderful, vital piece of information.
Protect your next with Standard Insurance Limited. Get up to 20% cash back on your premiums. SMS Expresso to 31492 for a quote.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the vibes continue. In fact, Vibes will be performing live for you after the break. They're bringing all the energy, looking all beautiful. Come on.
And then also after the break, Anel and Tesh join us in studio. If you have some culinary conundrums in the kitchen, you know what to do. Give us a call, 021-430-9881, because it is the Culinary hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting.
Is this the one? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, the raisin bran muffins.
And you've been eyeing it.
I have. I'm ready. Because we're going to the weekend. I've been putting hours into the gym, so it's okay. I can enjoy it. Thank you very much, Expresso.
What's your flavor? Cool down the tasty way this summer and enjoy a moment in between with Mac Cafe.
This coming Thursday on Winner Home. It's part 2 of the Master Bedroom Challenge. Follow all the drama in the final moments as the design duos complete one of the most important spaces in the apartment. Will they master the master bedroom, or will they get caught napping at the deadline?
Oh, my word.
I know, right?
Only the judges can decide their fate. Catch it all on Winner Home Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3 with a repeat on Saturdays at 3 p.m. The stage is yours. Winner Home, proudly brought to you by Capitec and Private Property, with Samsung products designed for your connected lifestyle. Grand Prize Luxury Penthouse Apartment by Baldwin Properties.
Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Talk to him. Tell me, is you down? For me, ooh, baby, is you down, down, down? I remember, baby, back at school. We was in this always about our business, and I lead it women just for you. Down, baby, slow down. Oh, the truth. Baby, talk now, baby, talk now. Oh, what a dog, baby, that it be you holding me down. I think so, that's baby, that it be over. Tell me you willing to ride. Yeah, 'cause I know that you'll always be mine. Yeah, where I go, baby.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3 as we continue to add vibes to your Wednesday morning, a song called Ride.
Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down? Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down? Would you ride for me? Oh, put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down? I was been forever since we've been together. I remember, baby, back at school. We was in this always about our business, and I lead it women just for you. You, baby, slow down, baby, slow down. Ooh, the truth. Baby, talk now, baby, talk now. What a dog, baby, that it be you holding me down. I can't slow down, baby, that it be you very low. Baby, you willing to ride? Yeah, 'cause I know that you'll always be mine. Yeah, where I go, baby. Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down? Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down?
Money, love, with both, I just found myself blowing it. And I really vibe with you. I just got a crazy off showing it. I need you to put me first, even when another man owning it. And I need you to wait for me, even when another man approaching it. Hold up, I got a couple of questions, and no matter what, you gotta keep it 100. When I ain't popping no more, am I still gonna be the one that you loving? When your DMs are flooded, you're gonna tell them boys off, you're gonna keep it rugged. And stay with me in the toughest of times, I've been everywhere, no, it's hard to find. I swear. For me, put aside your pride for me. Yeah, would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down? Would you ride for me? Oh, put aside your pride. Would you ride for me? Oh, tell me, is you down, down, down?
Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Tell me, is you down, down, down for me? Is you down, is you down, is you down? Would you ride for me? Put aside your pride for me. Would you fight for me? Tell me, is you down, down, down?
Continuing on with the good vibes on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll have more a little bit later on. Right now, it's time for the news headlines.
That's right. Thank you very much, Kat. Let's take a last look at your news headlines on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Starting off with your national news, unemployment has risen for the second consecutive quarter. Stats SA announced yesterday. The official rate jumped to 27.5% as the formal sector continues to shed jobs. Manufacturing saw 29,000 jobs lost, mining 27,000, transport 23,000, and construction 21,000. Only the finance and trade industries saw increases in employment in the formal sector. The worst affected of all the unemployment are those with lower levels of education. Over 50% of unemployed people have not completed Matric, while 35% of unemployed people's highest qualification is Matric. Almost 4 in 10 youths are not in work, schooling or training. Then, in a victory for African women, the Constitutional Court has confirmed a High Court order declaring a section of the Upgrading of Land Tenure Rights Act unconstitutional. The law indirectly prevented many women from becoming property owners. This was as a result of apartheid-era legislation which didn't recognize African women as holders of property rights. The law recognized African men as holders of these rights, which were converted into formal ownership rights by the Act in the 1990s. Making international news headlines this morning, African traditional and religious leaders are meeting in Blantyre, Malawi to discuss ways of ending child marriages, mutilation of female genitalia, and other harmful traditional practices against women and girls. Statistics from the UN Women indicate that every year 15 million women are married before the age of 18. Those gathered at the meeting agreed that political will to end these harmful practices must include stringent punishment against those who carry out child marriages. The meeting in Blantyre, Malawi comes after a similar one in Nairobi in August this year. And lastly, a former male nurse admitted murdering 100 patients as he went on trial in Oldenburg, Germany yesterday, making him post-war Germany's most prolific serial killer. Niels Hogel is accused of deliberately administering 100 patients in his care with lethal doses of medication between 2000 and 2005. Prosecutors allege the 41-year-old deliberately put the patients in life-threatening situations so he could show off his resuscitation skills. 4 former colleagues of Hogel are facing charges of failing to report evidence that could have prevented the killings: a former heart surgeon, a former chief nurse, and 2 senior surgeons. That's where we leave your news headlines on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Wednesday morning.
Let's kick it off with local rugby this morning. The Free State Cheetahs will play in the 2019 edition of the Currie Cup Premier Division. That was after they beat the SWD Eagles in their promotion relegation battle last night. So after failing to win a single Currie Cup game this entire season, the Cheetahs finally gave their home fans something to cheer about as they scored 6 tries on their way to a memorable 36-5 win in Bloem. So with the Currie Cup now done and dusted, we turn our attention to the Springboks year-end tour, and it gets underway with a tough one up against England this coming Saturday. Then in football, Bournemouth and Burton Albion have progressed progressed to the 5th round of the English Football League Cup last night, thanks to respective wins over Norwich City and Nottingham Forest. At the Vitality Stadium, first up, Junior Stanislas and Steve Cook got the score sheet, onto the score sheet to hand Bournemouth a 2-1 win over Norwich, while Burton Albion, they saw out a 3-2 win over Forest. So that EFL Cup continues tonight as Arsenal face Blackpool, Chelsea tackle Derby, while Tottenham travel to West Ham in a repeat of our London derby. And then finally in cricket, the Lions are firmly in control of their 4-day series clash with the Titans as they closed out day 2 in Poch yesterday with a 365-run lead. At the close of play, the Titans were on 165 for 3 in their first innings, still with a mountain to climb as they chased the Lions' first innings total of 530. Day 3 of the Titans versus Lions clash continues later today, while elsewhere in our 4-day series, we've got the Cobras taking on the Dolphins, while the Knights will face off with the Warriors. That's a wrap of our sport for this Wednesday morning.
Well, let's take a final look at what to expect in the roads today. We start off with your traffic in the Free State in Bloemfontein. Now, on the N3 northbound, there's been an accident. It is involving a truck just before Warden Road. Heavy delays can be expected, allow for extra travel time. If you're in Gauteng and Linwood, there's also been an accident on the N1 southbound. It's before the Flying Saucer interchange. That middle lane's currently blocked, causing heavy delays, so allow for some extra travel time. That's where we leave your traffic this morning. But let's take a final look at your weather, and thank you to Annette Krommer, who sent us this beautiful beachfront picture. This is from Strand in the Western Cape. We had Palesa that sent us this amazing sunrise picture from Soweto in Johannesburg, as well as Ntokoza Theo Makatini for your spectacular skyline with an array of colors from Johannesburg in Gauteng. And lastly, Moses, thank you for your beautiful gold sunrise picture, and this was taken in KZN. On that note, let's take a final look at the temperatures. We start off in Polokwane, a low of 15 with a high of 28. Mbombela, 15 with a high of 20. Pretoria, 15, 28. Johannesburg reaching a high of 26. Cloudy conditions in Mahikeng, 15 reaching a high of 30. Klerksdorp, 16 with a high of 29. Kimberley, 10, 27. Bloemfontein, 8, 25. Rain is expected in Richards Bay, reaching a high of 19. Pietermaritzburg reaching a high of 14 degrees Celsius. Some rain in Durban with a high of 18. Mthatha, a low of 10 with a high of 18. East London, today a minimum of 10 with a maximum of 18 can be expected. Cradock, 5 reaching a high of 20. We have partly cloudy conditions in Port Elizabeth with some scattered showers expected, a high of 17 for today. George, 8 reaching a high of 15. Sunny conditions in Sutherland, 1 with a high of 14. Cape Town, 11 reaching a high of 17. If you're in Worcester, 4 is your minimum, 18 your maximum. Springbok, 7 reaching a high of 22. If you're in Uppington, 12 your minimum and 27 degrees Celsius. That's your maximum for today. And that's where we leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, good weather outside, good vibes in the studio. Time for you to win with our loot.co.za big wheel. And of course, it's very, very easy for you to shop online with loot.co.za. And even easier for you to win on the Expresso Morning Show. All you've got to do is download the brand new loot.co.za app, screenshot that app on your phone, and send that over to 0716406551. And who knows, we could be calling you, one of 3 callers that we take on every single day. And then we allow you to choose a number, or you tell us which one you'd like. I spin the wheel for you, and whatever prize is associated with that number, you win it. Just like Anthea on the phone right now from KZN. Anthea, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. All right, let's quickly take a look at those prizes and what you stand a chance of winning. Absolutely, my favorite is prize number 1, which is the Sony PlayStation 4 Slim console, valued at that whole package, 5,299 Rand, and then a whole host of other prizes, which include that the Helicute Petrel quadcopter drone, valued at 1,321 Rand, and all manner of prizes. Looking at those right now, which one would you most love to win?
The drone.
The drone. Okay. Yes. Well, hopefully we can make that happen for you. Drone is at number 8. And how would you like me to spin the wheel for you? Go all the way hard, or just kind of a little soft or medium string? How would you like it done?
Hard spin.
Okay, so you'd like me to go all the way super strength. I'm hoping to get prize number 8 for you on the loot.co.za big wheel. Here we go. Let's spin it. Good luck, Anthea! Come on! All right, We're looking for it to land at number 8. I've given it full strength. As you can see, it's past 8 a couple of times already. We're getting there. One more revolution is what I'm hoping for right now. 8 is getting closer. This could be it. Anthea, am I your man? Say it right there. Woo! It is yours, baby. Anthea, it is yours.
Oh, thank you so much.
Whoa, valued at 1,321 Rand. That drone is yours.
Wonderful.
Oh my word! How is this even possible? I've just made your dreams come true.
Thank you.
How are you feeling right now, Anthea?
Excited.
Oh, I can't believe it happened. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for signing up and joining in the competition. Enjoy that prize. And of course, you could be just like Anthea, who won her favorite prize. All you got to do is download the new loot.co.za app, screen grab that app on your phone, send it through to 0716406551. And who knows, we could be calling you. We've got one more caller to go. And just like Anthea, you could be winning the prize of your dreams, baby. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back from the break, there's so much happening. I mean, you can see Tesh and Anel are on standby. But what's also happening is this Mzansi Ballet, they are giving us a new show. It's called Bengingazi. It's mind-blowing.
And as you heard Tabisa say, the Culinary Hotline Bling is happening. Are we going to do it? Culinary Hotline Bling?
Ting, ting, ting.
It's coming up after the break.
Voted best courier in South Africa for over 10 years, at Globe Flight, our approach is to simply keep our word. When the quality of our courier service was certified ISO 9001 compliant, it only confirmed what Globe Flight customers already know, that from domestic same day to international air freight, Globe Flight delivers smiles 24/7, 365.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling. That can only mean one thing. When you join us on a Wednesday, Chef Tash and Nelfort Gitter in the studio outside, absorbing the good air. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting! And we're in it, baby. You can be part of it. Give us a call on 0214309881. We conquer your culinary conundrums that have been confounding you this past week. Ladies Mantombazana, how are you?
We're very well, and you, Kat?
Yeah, you don't understand how excited I get every single week for this segment. I love it so much. I love engaging with all of you at home as you bring us your questions and we try and answer them for you. Are you ready, ladies?
We are so ready.
Let's get straight into it. Everyone is Halloweening all over. Do you guys celebrate Halloween, by the way? Do you do Halloween-y kind of things? No?
I don't, but I eat the sweets.
You eat the sweets?
Yes.
That's part of it. Okay. Perhaps somebody looking to have a different kind of dish on their plate this Halloween. How do you cook hake? A question from Kotato Mashoto Maebela, who asked us on Facebook. So how do you cook hake?
Yeah, hake is a subtle fish, and it's
Yeah.
quite flaky when you cook it. So you must handle it very nicely,
Delicately.
delicately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I do is I just like it fried. So you take your fillet, salt and pepper it with the skin down on a non-stick pan with bicky butter and skin
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
3 to 4 minutes. Turn it around. 1 minute. serve it with fresh lemon juice, some parsley, done.
Do you allow it to rest?
Doesn't have to rest.
It doesn't have to rest at all.
Yeah. Red meat has to rest though
Okay.
because of all the juices inside.
Yeah.
How I love to do my hake is to poach it. It's a nice fresh way, especially in summer, where you incorporate all your flavors like your fresh herbs, your coriander, your garlic, your ginger. You just poach it for like 4 minutes 4 minutes and leave it in the pot for an extra 4 minutes so that it absorbs all those delicate flavors.
Stash, I want to ask you, when you poach it, is it just a little bit of water in the pan? Is
Just a little bit of water. You don't cover.
Okay,
Make sure you don't
so you don't want to boil it.
No, you're not boiling, you poach
All right.
It's on a light simmer,
And I think the most important thing about hake, don't ever overcook it because there's nothing as terrible as dry hake.
I know.
That you kind of have to chew on and cokers and survivors. No, we don't want that. All right, we have a caller on the line, I believe, Alberta from Durban. Good morning, Alberta.
Welcome.
Hello, Alberta.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you?
Oh, all the better for hearing your voice. Welcome to the Culinary Hotline playing.
Sing, sing, sing.
Yes, Alberta, you are
so glad to get through to you people.
You are the one. Listen, we've been waiting for your call.
That background is stunning. I love the cake.
Look at it, absolutely.
Can you answer me this?
Yes.
I have the ordinary mundane fillings for canapes, but I'd like to be a little bit more, how can you say it?
Creative, you want to be.
The normal things, cheese, some cold meat.
All right, all right. Okay, so you're looking to entertain. Obviously, summer season is here. You'll have lots of friends coming over. So how to be more creative with your canapes, what fillings to put in them. Let's try and see if we can. You love new things as well. What are some of your favorite flavors? Let's start there.
Okay, flavors. Prawn. Look, honey, you're catching me now.
Oh, no, but that's fine. Let's start there. So seafood is a good one. Okay,
Yes.
so other creative fillings for canapes for somebody who likes prawns or fish dishes?
I always say canapes is a smaller version of what you'd have in a bigger version.
As a meal,
As a meal. So if you love seafood, one of from the top of my head, prawns, they are very beautiful in a cold soup. In summer. So you can have a gazpacho in a shot glass where you blitz, you can blitz your tomato, coriander, garlic, and you can actually, prawns are very nice to have raw as well. So you don't have to cook anything to preserve that freshness as well. So you add on some soy sauce, you play around with your flavors.
I love to ceviche my like tuna.
To
you buy
what?
Ceviche.
To ceviche?
Yes, ceviche. So you take your tuna, your raw tuna, and you cut it in small blocks or in slices, and you add a lot of lemon juice or lime and some herbs with it, and you let it stand for a while, and that actually cooks the dish. So they call it ceviche. So I like to do that, slice some avo on the side, some edamame beans, some coriander, salt and pepper, and put it in a small bowl, and people can just eat it with a little bit of a klein stokkie of it. It's delicious.
Oh, excellent stuff. So there you have some ideas, and we're also learning new language from Anal over there, reminding me of this gentleman who once walked into a store, demanded something ridiculous, and the store owner said, ceviche. Anyway, 021-430-988 is a number you need to call for the Culinary Hotline playing. Sing, sing, sing. We'll be right back.
Listen, a lot of fun with the Culinary Hotline, but we've had just as much fun with this giant jar of M&Ms and Skittles. That's really caused one spectacular competition, and we got so many responses. Over 1.4 thousand comments and 122 shares on the hashtag Dare to Share competition post, which is really impressive. There were some really interesting guesses, but we have a winner, and we need to make that announcement. Before we do, what did you guess is in there?
I must be honest, I looked at this and I guessed like 700 and something to like 800.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I said 1,312. I chose a very odd number.
Yeah.
But Sabiso, you're going to open up the jar.
Someone has guessed it right? So I'm going to open up the jar. And
the
number that's on here is actually nowhere close to what we guessed. It's 2,280. And so congratulations to Yaqueen Kippy, who is a winner who guessed 2,282 and was the only person to get so close to the correct number of 2,280. Congratulations, Yaqueen, man.
Can we give him a round of applause?
Yeah, no. Wow, that is incredible. I mean, I don't know how he guessed that.
Well, Yaqueen, you're walking away with an M&M's and Skittles prize to the value of 1,000 Rand. Now, that includes double 2D prestige movie tickets and M&M's and Skittle goodies. Oh, listen, this is just the sweetest prize.
Feast. It's gonna be a feast. Congratulations.
Oh, I am sorry. I'll go practice somewhere else.
That is unbelievable. By two. Unbelievable.
Is that even possible?
Oh, man. So you can ponder that and incredible achievement. Well done, man. As we take the shortest of breaks, when we return, Mzansi Ballet tackles Bengazi.
Absolutely. And then we're going to be jumping into the kitchen with Gabriela San Giorgio. This morning we're making spectacular Halloween monster
Spooktacular,
cupcake
man.
cones. Spectacular. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Stick around for that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All Expresso presenters and guests fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the presenters of Expresso and fly Mango.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary hotline bling.
That can only mean one thing.
Welcome back to it, the Culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. With Chef Tash and Anel Potgieter. Of course, you can give us a call on 021-430-9881 and ask us all the questions you have from a culinary perspective, and we'll try and answer them for you. Of course, ladies, it's Halloween. Today, so we cannot not have a Halloween-related question, and one that is on a lot of people's minds in the studio is you get all this candy if you're one of those people that go trick-or-treating. There's a lot of candy at home, and you just don't know what to do with it. Yeah. So any ideas what you can do with the leftover candy, desserts, things like that? I don't know.
I think, what about a Candy Crush mocktail?
What? Did you just say Candy Crush? Yes. Pun intended. Okay, so you take all your hard candy,
and I will freeze it in ice blocks. Okay, freeze it, and then I'll crush it, put it all in a glass like Candy Crush.
Yes.
And put some pineapple juice and pineapple pieces in it, and make a beautiful mocktail with some bitters. I'll add a bit of bitters.
Look at you.
Yes.
Look at you.
Yes.
Okay, all right. You
high five me.
You kind of, I will high five you. You kind of took me back to varsity days where those jelly sweets this morning that we froze in water were just kind of all put into a massive tub, and then all kinds of things went in there, and then it was, you know, was joyful, funful for the adults. For the adults, of course. That's when the kids are done with the sweets and you don't want them to have them anymore. Sitash, do you have any other?
Well, I love to put them in ice cream, but make sure that you use the soft ones, because if you put the hard candy in ice cream, it might just break your teeth. Because it's going to freeze.
Yes, but I love that idea. Imagine a beautiful homemade ice cream with those soft jelly. Natty man. Okay, well, there's some ideas for you. Let's quickly go to another question that came to us from a viewer. This is from Shireen Abrams, who says, good morning, ladies. It's summertime now, so do you have any ideas to make new dishes, especially salads and meals with chicken and mince? Summertime-inspired dishes.
Yeah. I must say my favorite salad in summer is a green apple that you slice, you just core it, and you slice it with a Mandela slicer, very thin.
Yes.
Then you stack it like an apple, a bit of camembert, and a bit of Parma ham. Apple, camembert, Parma ham. And you stack...
You say that 5 times in a row.
Then you stack it up like that. You take some nuts, you sprinkle it over, and you make like you just take a bit of mayonnaise with a bit of vinegar and some herbs in there, and you drizzle it over.
Goodness, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
Sounds
Chef Tash?
awesome. Couscous is my go-to, because in summer you don't want to be doing a lot of cooking. Couscous, you just steam, pour some water, equal quantity, and then it absorbs a lot of flavors.
Yes.
So put in fresh herbs, put in some nice vegetables. I love to add fruit in to my salads, because
yes,
because you use less salad dressing, so it's more healthier. Fruit is nice and juicy. Strawberries, peaches are especially nice in salads.
And it's now season for peaches and strawberries.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Add cranberries to any salad and you have me smiling.
Really?
I like that. Just that little, I don't want it to be overwhelming, just that little bite of sweetness. You're like, oh, there's a cranberry. Oh, I forgot there was a cranberry. Now there is in my mouth. It's beautiful. Okay, then Londega asked a question that I think is very close to my heart, how to make the perfect oat cookie, because there's always space for cookies in my house, because you never know when you might want to have that cup of tea, and then you need an oat cookie.
And it's Christmas. We need cookies. We need to stack up.
Fresh ones. Okay, so.
Okay, we've got the cooking ingredients here. We've got your porridge oats, and instead of using egg as a binder, we are going to use bananas. There
So
we
that'll
have
give it a
our
bit of a
fruit,
flavor.
yes. And we've got honey as well as some oil. Make sure that you don't use olive oil, because olive oil has got that extra...
Its own flavor.
Yes, its own flavor.
So you mash up the banana first, and then you add it to the oats, and then a bit of oil, and then your honey to give it that beautiful sweet texture.
Yes.
Excellent.
Because more for the oats cookie.
All right, well, we're going to have more from Chef Tash and Anal a bit later. I think they've extended our segment.
Oh, really?
So much. Thank you. You can give us a call on 02. Oh, no! I've just received crushing news from our director. How could you do this to us, Byron? Anyway, listen, all you should do right now is get onto our Facebook page and just pump those questions in, and we'll take them on next week in our culinary hotline playing Sing, Sing, Sing. Thank you, ladies, Mantombazana.
All right, and now we're taking to the stage because Mzansi Ballet has the pleasure in presenting Bengingazi, a celebration and fusion of classical ballet, pantsula, flamenco, and contemporary dance in a truly inspirational South African story at the Peter Toreen Theatre in Monte Cassino.
And Mosa, she had the chance to hang out with the brains behind this extravagant show before they take Mzansi by storm. It's all starting today, the 31st of October, and will run until the 4th of November. Let's check it out.
Mzansi Ballet has the pleasure to present to you Bengingazi, a beautiful celebration and fusion of classical ballet, flamenco, pantsula, and contemporary dance, telling a beautiful South African story. I'm here to catch up with the production before they take Mzansi by storm.
Bengingazi, meaning I did not know, presents an innovative, stylish, and unique fairy tale between a Sowetan pantsula dancer and classical ballerina, with a live singer on stage to enhance the storyline.
Dirk, tell me the story behind Bengingazi.
Well, I've been wanting to create a South African ballet for so many years that celebrates classical ballet, celebrates pantsula, celebrates the world that we live in, but still has a story. And so I came up with the story that there's a ballet mother and a father, and they have a kid without knowing it, and that's where the name Bengingazi comes from, without him knowing about it, and that they then get together many years later. But the father's best friend in this particular instance is a pantsula dancer, and so he introduces his son to the world of pantsula, and that's how the worlds come together.
What has your highlight been throughout the production?
the Pansula guys had to do ballet classes in the beginning. I forced them because I wanted them to have an understanding and a respect for the classical ballet they've never done before. And they never said, oh, we're not going to do it. The ballerinas and the ballet dancers had to do the Pansula. And there's a section where they all dance together, the Pansula. That, for me, is the highlight.
Angela, being an international dancer and having traveled the world and won lots of awards, how has it been coming back to South Africa to give back for this production?
I have never come across anything like Pansula. So that's been the biggest challenge for me, is just being able to do, which is something that is so natural for them and so completely unnatural for me. Now I've become really, like, I've started to get the vibe and it's just been so great with the guys.
Maromo, you're a Pansula dancer, and Dirk told me that you had to undertake some ballet lessons. How was that for you?
Yeah, that one, it's very strenuous, because these guys can stretch you. But anyway, yeah, we're getting there, but it's really nice just to change the way we think, actually, the way we dance, because at the end of the day, we speak one language. It's just that the different dance of styles, But they point, we point, but they point in a different direction, but it's nice, yeah.
Learning Pansula dance has been really inspiring and amazing at the same time. It's very similar to, I guess, contemporary dance, but you're using a lot more body movements and it's very grounded. And when Dirk Badenhurst decided to invite me for this production, I thought it was an amazing idea. The storyline, the choreographer, Adele Blanc, is amazing, and the music, and it's just going to be a masterpiece, really, so I had to say yes.
Dirk, who is your target audience for this amazing production?
We want to bring in a new, young and sexy South African audience, and that's where the Pansula and the contemporary and the new dance comes into the whole thing. I want the young people start coming to the theater and start saying, I understand that this is part of who I am in South Africa. There are these beautiful theaters. Let's go and experience it. Let's go to the theater, have a dinner night, and this is why I've created Bengingazi.
I'm definitely not going to miss this, and if you're in Johannesburg, you shouldn't too. Bengingazi running from the 31st of October until the 4th of November at the Pieter Toerien Theatre at Monte Casino.
From ballet to breakfast, we got you covered right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Right now, though, whether it's with milk and sugar or just plain simple, maybe adding some fruits or having it savory, everyone, this is what we've learned, have their very own way of enjoying their Weet-bix in the morning. So this morning, we thought we'll ask Gabriella and Giorgio, how does she enjoy eating her Weet-bix? Because, I mean, there's so many different ways out there. We've seen some very creative ways as well, Gabriella.
Creative.
Very. Thank you very much for joining us. So, so how do you eat your Weet-bix? What's your favorite way?
So when I was a kid, I must say, this is something that was always in our cupboard at home. When I was a child, I used to have it with just normal milk, but as an adult, I have almond milk instead of normal. So
exactly, being the health nut that you are.
Yes, I try to be. I'd rather leave the milk for the treats for later. So what I do is I have some almond milk here, and I'm going to grab 2 Weet-bix.
Okay, 2. Okay.
So I'm going to put it in my bowl.
Yes.
And then I'm going to top with some almond milk. And obviously you must be quite quick about it because you don't want it to go like, I like it when it's still a bit crunchy, you know?
Okay. So not too much liquid, yeah.
And then what I do is I actually make some caramelized banana in a bit of coconut oil.
Oh, look at the
beautiful that is, I slice it and then I caramelize it.
Okay.
You can also do it with butter at home.
Yeah.
But I do it with a bit of coconut oil. So I'm actually going to top that on. It's so good. And it's much nicer and more textural than having just normal banana, which obviously you can do.
But it's such a nice combination with the Weet-bix and the banana.
Yes, and the cinnamon. It goes really beautifully.
Ah, you got some cinnamon in there as well.
Yes, and then all I'm going to do is just top it off with a little sprinkle.
Yeah.
Which the wind is not wanting me to do that.
It's all good. Everyone can get a whiff of cinnamon this morning. The whole of Sea Point.
There we go. And ta-da, there
And
we
that's
go.
it. So why? I must ask you, why do you eat it like this?
I just find bananas really complement the
Yeah.
Weet-bix very well. It
Really?
just makes it like because you have the beautiful crunch factor, and then you also just have that sweetness of the banana. So I've always really thoroughly enjoyed it like that.
Love it.
Makes
well,
you really full.
Thank you. I will try out your breakfast on your behalf this morning. Thank you very much. But you know what? We also loved all of the entries on Facebook telling us how you like to enjoy your Weet-bix. And we have a bit of a winner this morning of a nice little prize, which we'll tell you just now. But on the line, we have Tamron Lloyd. Tamron, good morning.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, Tamron. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Not too bad, thank you very much. Listen, thank you for sharing your unique way of enjoying your Weet-bix. But I believe, how do you eat your Weet-bix, first and foremost?
Okay, well, first and foremost, you've got to have fresh milk.
Uh-huh.
I prefer fresh milk to long life milk.
Okay.
Personally. And then you have a cinnamon and brown sugar mix.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yum. You can use white sugar, but to me personally, brown sugar just complements it more.
It does. It gives it an extra bit of a kick, eh?
Yes, because I have like a container with brown sugar and cinnamon.
Right.
I love using it for my cakes and biscuits and all of that stuff. So I was like, let me try it this way, and it's just been awesome since then.
Absolutely. And I also understand that your daughter has her very own unique way of eating it.
Yes. The moment she finished eating, her baby cereal, I put her straight over onto Weet-bix.
Yeah.
So the way she eats it is with milk and sugar, but then I have to pop it into the microwave.
Right.
So it goes hot and mushy.
You know what? That's pretty much how I like it as well.
Especially winter time, it is awesome to have it hot and mushy, I suppose.
Well, I love it. I can hear the excitement in your voice, Tamron. Thank you very much for sharing just how you go about eating your Weet-bix. So just for that, you have won yourself a 2,000 Rand grocery voucher.
I'm so excited.
Yes, Tamron. Thank you very, very much. And enjoy your breakfast with your little one. Appreciate it.
I will definitely do so. Thank you so very much.
Such a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in, Tamron. Oh, man, I love it. All these different stories as to how people go about it, because it's one of those things that's, like you rightly said, it's been in your cupboard since you were a kid.
No, it's always. It's just been standard.
It's been
always
part of our
there.
growing up years. But remember, there's still a chance for you to enter this week's competition, and it's very, very easy, where you can stand the chance of winning that 2,000 Rand grocery voucher. So head on over to the Expresso Facebook page and comment on the competition post telling us how you eat your Weet-bix. The most creative course entry will catch our eye for sure, but also be sure to include the hashtag Weet-bix_MyWay, and terms and conditions do apply, and you can find it on our website, expressoshow.com.
Weet-bix My Way. How do you love your Weet-bix?
So we're going to take the quickest of breaks and squeeze in as much as we can when we return. Of course, it's back into the kitchen to celebrate Halloween. We've created some monster treats. We're going to get some monster cupcakes going. In fact, they are spooktacular. They are so monstrous. Then in this insanely talented collision of old school and new school vibes, I've got one more performance coming your way. Don't stray too far.
Add a little goodness to your day, your friend's day, and make your school's year as the Crush Share the Goodness campaign returns. Last year, the Crush crew gave away 10,000 pairs of shoes to school children across South Africa. By watching Expresso from spring through the summer and refreshing yourself with your favorite Clover Crush flavor, you stand daily chances of winning for yourself, your friends, and school. Details to follow on Expresso.
1, 2. all of my bush. Yo vengo machita sentar, my cura. Ahí va, kitty ahí, recibe mi cupa se caora chuchu. Ahí, party pay the place for my kids who preschool. Everybody like, let's ring the club with the girls on the nose hole. Hey, just with the can, but to maintain, I'm a, hey, super rock, until the next day,
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
Welcome back. You're tuning to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on SABC3. And of course, it's Halloween, the 31st of October. And whether creepy or cute, these festive cupcake ideas are all simple enough to DIY. So don't stress. So why not give your home sweet home an air of mystery with these easy Halloween monster cupcakes? We also have spectacular and creative Halloween party tips and tricks up our sleeves this morning for the sweetest and spookiest holiday ever. There's never a better time than Halloween to indulge in your sweet tooth. Gabby, thank you very much for being with us this morning once again, for sharing how you eat your breakfast. And now, look at these guys, man.
Cute.
Hey,
I mean, very
it's cute and creepy in the same kind of sentence. We love it. So we're going to be putting this together. This is a great idea. If you're going to be throwing a party maybe later on this afternoon or tonight, make these throughout the course of the day. Right, take us through.
So very, very simple. Okay, we've got some flour here, some all-purpose flour. We've got some bicarb, salt, and baking powder.
Right,
I'm going to throw that in there in our dry stuff.
In our dry stuff.
Dry mix.
Yes.
We've got some caster sugar over there, or some normal sugar. And I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir just to combine.
Okay. So you can use, of course, your normal sugar as opposed to your caster sugar.
Yes, of course. It just what's nice about caster sugar is it just dissolves a bit quicker, but it's not a major thing.
Okay.
And now we're going to go into our wet ingredients. So we've got our Clover Way Better full cream milk.
We love it. Yes.
We love. So it lasts longer. It's a lot more fresher. So we prefer to use this.
Okay. So how much do you
So we've got about a cup of milk. So I actually can just not be silly, and I've got a jug with measurements on it. So
it says 1 cup over there, Gabby.
So I was just.
But you just wanted to show some skill, obviously.
It's exactly what I wanted to do. And then what I've got here, I've got some eggs, which I'm going to add in here.
Okay.
And I've got some oil.
Some oil as well.
And a little bit of vanilla paste.
Got it.
If you have budget, I'd highly recommend using vanilla paste. It's just a lot better than the essence.
Gives it such a nice flavor.
Oh, it's so yum.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is just lightly whisk this here.
Okay. And I presume that's going to go into your dry stuff.
And that's going to go into my dry stuff, and then I'm going to scoop it. I mean, how easy?
It's so easy. Listen, this is one of those recipes, once again, where you can involve the entire family.
100%.
Just have some fun with it as well. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. That's Clover to 33728 to get your hands on these spectacular cupcake ideas. Perfect for Halloween.
So that's looking good.
Right.
Nice and whisked up.
Okay.
A little bit of whisk there. Perfect. And then all I'm going to do is stir it together and then pop it into our cupcake holders.
So is this one of those recipes where you need to be careful for overmixing?
Yeah, you don't want to overmix.
You don't want to overmix.
If you also want to grab like more volume in your cupcakes, you can actually pre-whisk your eggs before to make them a little bit frothy.
Okay, but more fluffy, and then you fold it in.
And then you fold them in. But this actually, it's one of those cupcake mixes that just work.
Yeah.
So now all we're going to do now is we're going to spoon this in.
Right.
And we're going to bake it for like 20 minutes.
Okay,
at 180
easy. Up
degrees.
until they come out looking
beautiful
these
like
guys
that.
over here. Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
so let me do that now here.
You do that. Now they're out of the oven.
They're out of the oven, magically.
Okay. And now?
And now we've got our buttercream, which we've also used our Clover Way Better milk as part of our buttercream. And what we've done is we've made 2 different colors for it.
Okay.
So now we can have our green and our purple. So it's up to you what colors you want to use at home, but I quite like it. So now we can test your piping skills.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. All right, so I'm going to start piping it. Let's go. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Come on, there we go. 33728 to get your hands on the recipe.
I'm actually really impressed by you. I thought you were going to fail this epically.
Never. Come on.
See, but now you got more muscle than me, so you can pipe it out better.
Oh, look at that.
I'm so impressed.
It's a masterpiece. Clover to 33728. While we finish these guys up, let's quickly take a look at those steps once again.
Whether creepy or cute, why not give your home sweet home an air of mystery with these easy Clover Halloween monster cupcakes? for the sweetest and spookiest holiday ever. For this recipe, you'll need 300 ml of Clover fresh full cream milk, 500 grams of icing sugar sifted, 250 grams of Clover butter, 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of oil, 2 extra large eggs, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Add flour, sugar, bicarbonate of soda, baking powder, and salt to a mixing bowl, and mix well. Next, in a measuring jug, add the Clover fresh milk, eggs, oil, and vanilla extract, and whisk to combine. Then add the milk mixture to the dry ingredients and mix well to combine. Pour into cupcake liners in a muffin tray about 3/4 full. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes. For the frosting, add icing sugar to Clover butter. Then add Clover fresh full cream milk and mix together well. Divide the frosting and stir in different food colorings. Once the cupcakes are completely cool, use a piping bag to pipe the frosting on top. Decorate them to your choice with quirky eyes and Halloween candy. There's never a better time than Halloween to indulge your sweet tooth with these spooktacular Halloween monster cupcakes.
Made with love by Clover.
And there you have it. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728 to get your hands on these spooktacular cupcakes. Perfect for Halloween. Gabriella, thank you very much. You can even mix the icing like I did right there.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very impressed by your mixing
It was good.
skills.
I was also impressed. Well done. Put it
Nice.
there.
Love
Enjoy
it.
your happy Halloween.
And you
Enjoy
too.
it. Enjoy the sweet treats at home, maybe this evening, and enjoy trick-or-treating if you're going to be going out. It's so much fun, man. Clover to 33728.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
Oh man, isn't summer just so awesome? Summertime and the living is easy and fun and all of that. Well, sunshine, brides, living outdoors is a way of life for most of us during the summer. Family get-togethers over the weekend. They include lazy lunches on the patio and the kids having the time of their lives. But of course, there is a downside. Getting the kids' clothes clean after a soccer game on the lawn or a mud bath in the pond.
Oh, well, listen, that's the fun of summer, but that's why we're here to help you out. And MAC, they have a fantastic range. Now, let's quickly look at them. There's the MAC Auto Washing Powder, which contains a highly effective active detergent combined with a range of enzymes to efficiently clean and safely remove dirt and stains. Now, MAC Auto is formulated to give top performance in your front loader. Then we have the MAC Hand Wash Powder. It is a super strong detergent with a high foam level to thoroughly clean and remove stains when washing by hand or in a top loader washing machine. And the final touch, you can use MAC, and that is the MAC Soft Fabric Conditioner to restore the drape of your curtains and the furnishings, leaving them well conditioned and as soft to the touch. And you know, let's take some of the looks on some easy tips for those outdoor stains.
All right, okay, so this is what you do. You pre-soak on a strong solution of either MAC Auto or MAC Hand Wash Powder. The formulation of MAC washing powders contain all the necessary cleaning ingredients to make stain removal easier. If the stains persist, make a paste of the detergent powder and apply directly and leave for an hour, then wash as normal.
That's right. Well, listen, if you find yourself with some mud on your clothing, well, then when the mud is dry, brush off as much mud, in fact, as possible. Then you can apply a paste of MAC Auto or MAC Hand Wash Powder onto a damp cloth, in fact, onto the damp fabric, and leave to soak for at least an hour. Finally, wash the garment as normal.
All right, so this is the one type of stain that responds to hot water treatment. Wash in a strong solution of MAC Auto or hand wash at the highest temperature for the fabric.
Now that is if you get some grease splatter from the braai on your clothing. But now we're going to look at barbecue sauce. You know, when you're at the braai, for those stains, start by flushing the stain thoroughly with cold water from the back of the stain. Apply a paste of MAC Auto or hand wash to the strained area and allow to stand for at least 30 minutes. Rinse well and then wash the garment as normal.
Okay. All right, sounds easy. Remove any excess ketchup with a spoon or knife, okay? Don't rub the ketchup into the fabric or tomato sauce, really. Flush with cold water through the stain from the back of the fabric, then wash as normal.
And you know, from tomato sauce to soft drinks, you can, if you find some spills on your clothing, soak the stain in cool water. Pre-treat with a paste of MAC Auto or hand wash to the affected area and leave to soak for at least 30 minutes. Then you can go ahead and wash it as normal.
All right, and then apply a paste of MAC Auto or MAC hand wash to the stain. Soak in a bowl for at least 30 minutes and then finally launder using the warmest water compatible with the fabric.
That's for if you get ice cream on your clothing. But if you find yourself with a nasty red wine stain, we've got a solution for you. Just flush the stain from the back using cold water. Then apply a paste of MAC Auto or hand wash powder to the stained area and then soak also for about 30 minutes. Now follow the washing garment instructions as normal. There you go.
Okay, well, it sounds like MAC makes your wash day a little easier, and we're making it easy for you to win a MAC hamper each and every single week. Now, to stand a chance of winning, SMS the keyword MAC to 33728. The SMSs are charged at R1.50. No free SMSs apply, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Now, this week's giveaway ends at midnight this Friday.
MAC dishwash liquid has a high foam formula that quickly and easily cuts through grease. So, switch to MAC, the best performing dishwash liquid in SA.
Oh, time is a ticking. You've got one last opportunity to spin the wheel. We've given away some insane prizes, so get on it. Then, of course, one last opportunity to see this incredibly dynamic duo. They're rappers. They are awesome and such incredible gents as well. Farbs is in the house. Don't stray too far.
Don't take credit. Unexpected coming from a bank. But just think about it. Using credit to finance a flashy lifestyle to show that you've arrived won't help you live better. What's new today is old tomorrow, except for the debt that you still have to pay. But do take credit to renovate your home, buy a more reliable car, or pay for your children's education. If that's your goal, then Capitec will help you realize your dreams. Because living better starts when you get credit for the right reasons.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. It's a feel-good, fantastic Wednesday. Now, you got to know this, October is Lute's birthday month. They are actually turning 15 years old. Now, to celebrate, they are giving away 10,000 Rands worth of vouchers to 4 lucky shoppers per month. That is 2,500 Rand voucher per week for 1 lucky winner. So that is just one more reason to shop with them. So make sure you visit their site for more details. But for now, we know that shopping on your phone doesn't get any easier than with a brand new loot.co.za app. And like you've rightly seen as well, winning doesn't get any better than right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And it's very easy for you to enter this competition so that we can spin this wheel just for you. What you need to do is download the loot.co.za app, screen grab the app on your phone, and then you WhatsApp that picture to the number 071 640 6551. And then also don't forget to register and use the app as well. So it is that easy. And then we might be calling you. So we have some fantastic prizes up for grabs once again right now for the last time that we're going to be spinning the wheel on your Wednesday. We have a Sony PlayStation 4 Slim console, 500 gigabyte, some great games included there as well. Sennheiser HD 2.20S on-ear headphones, Extreme Living Elite multi-tool. We have a Maglite 2D Cell 3rd generation black torch available, a Romos MT Pro power bank. We have a Techhome mini smart wireless speaker, a Nescafe Dolce Gusto Genio coffee machine, and a Weber Q1000 gas grill up for grabs this morning. So our very lucky and next caller, we have Petula on the line. Petula, good morning.
Good morning, how are you doing?
I am very, very well and super excited on your behalf. Are you excited for us to spin the wheel for you?
Yes, please.
Awesome. So you've heard me talking about the prizes. What would you like to go for? Which number would you like our arrow to stop on?
Number 8, the gas griller.
Yes, that's valued at 4,269 Rand, Petula. Right, so I'm going to give this a spin just for you, okay? So how would you like me to do this? This is your call. Hard, soft, medium?
Hard.
All right. Let's try not break it. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. It's going. Where's it going to stop? We're going for number 8. Where's it going to stop? It's passing number 8. It's going on to number 4. Passing number 8 once again. Is it going to make another full rotation? You are passing number 8 again. Oh, no, we are going. Yes. Doesn't matter. You stopped on number 4, Petula. You have won yourself a Maglite 2D Cell 3rd generation black torch valued at 750 Rand.
Thank you. Thanks very
Yes, that's going to be a great gift, maybe for yourself, maybe for someone special. Congratulations, and thank you for being part of our loot.co.za Spin the Wheel. Appreciate it. Enjoy your prize, Petula.
I will. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Now, like I've mentioned, very easy. We want to give you these prizes. We want to have the opportunity to spin the wheel for you. Download the loot.co.za app, take a screen grab, and then WhatsApp that picture to 071 640 6551, and we could be spinning this wheel just for you.
All right. It's been a vibe on this Wednesday morning. Hope you've enjoyed the music so much. We certainly have, and of course, courtesy of Vibes. Thank you very much, guys. We've had so much fun with you. We would seriously love to follow your journey and know what you're doing. So how can we do that?
Follow us on social media. I'm at Chingatime on social media. The lovely lady there is at .yams. Ooh.yams.
Yeah? Ooh, what day?
Yes.
Repeat that again. At ooh.yams.
Ooh.yams.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. And of course,
Black Slum.
All right. Nice one, man. And I'm sure you guys are gonna have a super busy December festive
Hey,
period.
right, yeah. Hopefully,
Are you touring
man.
with the band?
We're trying to. We're
Okay.
trying to. Yeah,
All right.
we're trying to do that.
Yeah. Tell us about the band, because you said this is the very first time that you're
Yeah, it's the
performing
very
with a live
first
band.
time. So we have Shalom, who's the bass. We have Jermaine on the drums. We have DJ Dakudu on the keys, and we have Flavio on the guitar.
Excellent
and then
stuff.
this is
beautiful,
amazing yams.
And of course, when you put it together, vibes.
It's the
baby.
vibes,
Let's go. Let's
yeah.
ride. Go for it.
A one, a two, it's up.
I lost my melon. I lost my bush. She said, I lost my melon. I lost my bush. I lost my melon.
Survives. Thank you very much for joining us. Can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely amazing. 5FM crew.
Oh my word.
Yeah?
Look at that leprechaun.
Doesn't that just Is that Halloween? That's that's
got to be Whoopi Goldberg, right?
Really?
Yes.
Nailed it. Nailed
And
it.
who would happy Halloween, you beauties. We love you. Awesome show. Adios, muchachos.
Is that the
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.